What is up, everybody? Welcome to this final Championship Week 46 live stream. I'll be streaming some of the playoff games, but in terms of the final week of the Championship, this will be the last one. And oh my word, League 2 has just concluded, and it did not disappoint in terms of drama. I feel like the fates were already sealed within the opening goals that we saw. But with the drama that happened near the end of the games and the pressures that all these teams were put under, oh my word, it would be absolutely... it was this close. So what the moment I'm talking about is within the fight for the final playoff place. Mansfield were 2-0 up very late on against Colchester, and Salford lost against Gillingham due to a penalty that they conceded. And yeah, Mansfield needed to score one more to overtake Salford within literally the last few minutes of the League 2 season. They unfortunately didn't, but it meant that Salford have got into the playoffs for League 2 for the very first time in their history. Wow. And if that's the sort of drama we're going to get within playoffs, I'm really hoping in the Championship we're not going to be disappointed. We've got under half an hour for this to start. Oh my word. I did see about Stockport missing the penalty, but I'm not going to talk about it because it didn't matter, because ultimately Northampton still kept a clean sheet and didn't concede against Tranmere, despite Tranmere actually having quite a lot of chances. So in the end, it was practically almost the exact same table that we saw going into the final game week, probably the exception of Salford nearly falling out of it. That was really the only slight bit of drama and change that we had. But regardless, we are here today talking about the Championship. Let's see who's here. Charlie's here, feels bad for Mansfield, don't blame him there. Coniston, welcome to the stream as well. How are you doing? Daniel, welcome to the stream as well. How am I? I'm doing alright, actually. Yeah, no, I'm absolutely fine. Had a pretty non-productive day. But ultimately, the day's just really been leading up to this. But one thing that I will say as well is that straight after this stream, I'm going to be streaming another stream. That's right, you're going to get two streams from me today. One stream talking about my reaction to all of these games, and I'm also going to be streaming my review, my final ever Championship Week 46 review. Potentially my last review sort of style video, which is going to feel really, really strange. Might do something a little bit similar for playoffs, but yeah, right now I've got really tough exam to do in terms of auditing, which I've barely picked up. It's been right next to me all day, but I've just literally just been staring at it and not doing any work on it. So, but I've got the exam live within a month's time, maybe just under a month's time now that I think about it. But regardless, I am feeling alright. I'm really just excited more than anything to see all of these games. It is really, really amazing. Should try and go to Ipswich and Norwich next season. I could try and make an effort to go. I really, really could try to. I think I've been given the heads up by my management team to, to actually attend not all the games, for what I could say. But I have been given the green light to attend these games because I think the difference is, in a typical League One season, I probably could have actually gone to a couple of Ipswich games despite me being a massive jinx. But knowing how close this season was and how competitive and how consistent you had to be, you had to get 97 points to get promoted in League One. That sort of form is unheard of. I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Plymouth and Ipswich this year are actually within the top three teams that picked up the most points ever in League One. Wolverhampton Wanderers still have picked up the most points in League One ever with 103 points. I think that was all the way back in 2014/15 or something. I remember one of their games actually ending 4-4 between them and Rotherham. It was an incredible game, and I remember that quite vividly. I remember watching it on Saturday. So, before I go on to comments, let's react to what has happened in the EFL in the past 2 days. And we will also preview what on earth is going on for the Championship. So let's show League 2 first, because that is what has just happened, just to gather our bearings. Leyton Orient end the season on 91 points, by far the best team in the league, and I'm really pleased that they're back in League 1. Stevenage, they're promoted to League 1 for the very first time in their history. I'm really pleased for them and Steve Evans. Northampton, they were the last team who had to try and get promoted. They managed to get promoted on the last day of the season, and what a bounce back from them, considering the disappointment they had from last year when they thought they were up, but then Bristol Rovers decided to put 7 past Scunthorpe and steal that final place from them. And of course they lost out in the playoffs, didn't they? So it was a very, very harsh season for Northampton last year. But now they've got automatically promoted, they can now finally go back to League 1. Stockport, what an incredible debut season it's been for them to finish 4th place after being recently promoted from the National League. They are a team on the rise, and they will be a team that'll be difficult to stop. Carlisle, playoffs, I'm really pleased for them. First time in playoffs for a very long time. Bradford, looking like that they're on their way back up with Mark Hughes in charge. They've got a playoff campaign. And Salford, first time in their history, they've made it to a League 2 playoff. They could have a really big chance of now going up to League 1. Mansfield just missed out. Large Clough really close, nearly giving Mansfield their way into the top 7. But unfortunately, them losing to Harrogate, I believe they lost to, that cost them, especially that home game. Barrow, despite ending the season very, very badly, their start to the season gave them a 9th place finish. Swindon around the middle part of the table. They announced a new manager quite recently as well. Grimsby, considering they were newly promoted as well, good return back to League 2. Tranmere right in the middle of the park. Crewe also in the middle of the park. Recovered a little bit because their form near the final couple of games wasn't that great, but they picked it up a bit. Sutton had a brilliant start, but then they've dropped off a little bit. They'll have to be a team that have to be a bit careful next year. Newport, their home form has been horrific. So it's Grimsby, to be fair, but they've managed to stay up with 57 points. Walsall, a team that's just not really looking like that they're going to be progressing up the league anytime soon, but just comfortably there in their boots. Gillingham, who've had a dreadful start, have managed to recover it big time to get to 17th place. Doncaster with a very disappointing season by their standards. Harrogate end the season on 52 points. They were looking in real trouble at one stage, but they managed to pick up their form. Colchester end the season with 49 points. It is an under 50 point season, which is not great for Colchester at all. And I'm not too optimistic with the future, knowing that some of the star players have been linked with moves away. Wimbledon, they were recently relegated from League 1. That is a dreadful season on their part, and they'll be wanting that they can pick themselves up and not repeat the fate that Scunthorpe have had for getting recently relegated and then recently going back down. But they have survived narrowly. Crawley, ultimately their win over Hartlepool when they had to play against them has kept them up, as you can see. And that was that 3-point advantage there. So had Hartlepool won that, then it'd be Hartlepool who have stayed up and Crawley going down. Very tight margins there. And Rochdale down on 38 points. It's not the lowest points total I've seen in League 2 ever. But unfortunately for them, they've just been too inconsistent. And those 26 defeats in 46 games has ultimately been as what's cost them. Ooh, come on, mouse, please work. What are you doing, cursor? Oh, libbity gibbet. I'll get this fixed, don't you worry. Why don't you want to work? I've got... this is so annoying. Wait, hang on. Is this showing that? No, it's not. Oh, my word. Okay, hang on a minute. I'll fix this. In the meantime, guys, you can have a little bit of fun. I'm just trying to fix this. My own fault. There are events today. Don't know what that's all about. Where on earth is League 1? Please show me League 1. What do you do? Oh, this has gone horribly wrong. By my own idiocracy, if that's even such a word. Oh, I found it. There it is. There it is. Come on. Show me League 1. There we go. And stay on tab. Right. So this is how the end of the season took place for League 1. Plymouth with 101 points is insane. It is absolutely insane. And this home form here So, the maximum points you can pick up at home is 69 points, and they picked up 61. Do you know how stupid that is? 8 points dropped in 23 home games all season. That is outstanding from Plymouth Argyle there. And they only needed the third best away record, but to still get 101. And you can see Plymouth fans were a little bit worried about their away form. 6 away wins in a row have ultimately given them over the line with this promotion, and they really clutched up. Ipswich had the best away record, very marginally, but only just. And yeah, Ipswich actually had the second best home form and were flawless at home most of the time. Funnily enough, with those 6 draws and 1 loss there, I've been to 3 league games and I've seen 2 of those draws and the only 1 defeat they had at home, which was against Lincoln City. So that tells you how of a bad luck charm I was. You can see had Ipswich beaten Fleetwood, which they definitely were capable of, but they definitely put their foot off the gas. They could have been the first team ever in history to pick up 100 points and 100 goals, but ultimately it didn't matter because it still would have been Ipswich finishing second because Plymouth have just been absolutely smashing it. Sheffield Wednesday had a wobble of form at the worst possible time, and despite winning 4 in a row, it's not enough. And you can see here a win in one of their other games. They needed 3 points practically, because even if they converted one of their draws into a win, that would have done it. You know, Forest Green, for instance, they lost 1-0 to them. Had they beaten them 2-1, then it would be Ipswich that would have been in the playoffs. But to be in the playoffs with 98 points, that is insane to even think of that. Barnsley, Bolton and Peterborough are the last teams in the top 6. So the big story was Peterborough overtaking Derby at the end. So Derby got sent down to 10 men very, very early on. Curtis Davis getting, in my opinion, a pretty harsh red card against Sheffield Wednesday there. I think it was Marvin Johnson who fouled. And then Peterborough had turned up big time. A 2-0 away victory against Barnsley. And what has happened to Barnsley's form, as you can see here, only 1 win in their last 5 games. Barnsley not having the momentum that they need for the playoffs. And Peterborough have managed to turn it up at just the right time. And Derby will miss out, which is very sad on their part there. Portsmouth in 8th doesn't sound too bad, but look at the gap there. A 6-7 point gap actually from the top 6 there. Wycombe have been going through a lot of change. Wycombe were this close to getting to the top 6 with Ainsworth, but since Ainsworth was left and Bloomfield came in, that transition of stars has definitely cost them to get in there. But to be fair, the competitiveness to get there is insane. Charlton up to 10th, Lincoln 11th, and you know, they deserve nothing less. Lincoln, if anything, deserve to be higher because they are a terrible team to play up against. They really are. Shrewsbury 12th, Fleetwood 13th. So decent season for Scott Brown in the end. A lot of people backed Fleetwood to potentially be a team in danger of relegation. Exeter 14th. That is one of the shocks, I think. Exeter to be newly promoted. First time in League One for over 10 years. And to finish in 14th is amazing. Burton, what a revival they've had. They were right second bottom actually around Christmas. And now they're 15th with 56 points. And not only, you know, 6 places above from the bottom 4, but comfortably safe. That is incredible, their second half of the season. Cheltenham, good finish for them to finish in 16th. Bristol Rovers also newly promoted with Cheltenham and Exeter to finish in 17th is okay, despite 4 defeats in their last 5. Port Vale have done all right, but then their second half of the season wasn't too great, been struggling with goals. As you can see, only 48 goals that it scores. Same with Cheltenham goals. Could be a team, a factor for both these teams could struggle with if they don't improve it. Oxford, disappointing season on their part, really. They started all right, but then all of a sudden, within the January time, they really, really struggled, and they actually departed Carl Robinson and had some changes in task, and they had Liam Manning in charge, who obviously just left MK Dons. And that decision has really come back to bite them, with Oxford staying up and MK Dons going down. Cambridge are the team that just survived, and I'm pleased for Cambridge. You know, my brother's studying in Cambridge, and I know some of my work colleagues come from near Cambridge as well. So I'm really pleased for Cambridge that they're staying up in League One. And albeit it was very, very close, as you can see. They had the perfect final game to play against Forest Green, and they beat them by 2-0. They just had to hope that Morecambe didn't win their game against Exeter. They didn't. They had to hope that MK Dons didn't win their game against Burton, and they didn't do that either. So because MK Dons couldn't beat Burton, despite having over 18 shots, they are relegated, and it was a really bad day at the office for them. Accrington managed to win in the final day of the season, but that wasn't enough. 2 wins in the last 3. It was too little too late. 77 goals conceded, very poor defence there. And then Forest Green had been down and out for a long, long time. Even Duncan Ferguson couldn't even save them. So now we make it to the championship. So before I preview the lineups, I'm very sorry that I've not looked at comments for quite some time. I'm not ignoring you guys. I've just been presenting what we've got. Let's see who's here. Gosh, there's a lot of comments. So sorry, guys, that I'm not caught up with this. Stoppel need more credit. Yes, honestly, really, really impressive there. Chelmsford is almost big as Colchester, city size. Yeah, Colchester will be slightly bigger, but Chelmsford was made a city before Colchester. Fun fact for you there. Wimbledon, 1 win in 19. I mean, that just tells you, doesn't it? They've really struggled in this final half of the season. And considering they were a team recently relegated, that is very poor for Wimbledon, and they need to really pick themselves up next year. Interesting stat there. Prediction League title is decided in 2 hours. I need to really catch up with making those scores. I don't think I'll get them ready in time when I do my live stream review, which will be today. But what I'll do, there'll be a video where I react to my championship predictions at some point. Maybe one of the playoff videos I do. I'll be able to announce it in due course. If you're on my Discord, you'll be able to know. My community tab will also keep you in tabs with the current standings as well. I hope my mic is working. Vosmer, I know who you are. Ethan wants playoff. Nothing compared to Wrexham's home record, says Wallace a Corner fan. Well, let's actually remind... Well, yeah, Wrexham's home record is a different stratosphere. But I really do think Plymouth's accolades this season have been very undermined by the media, considering the amount of people that have been talking about Wrexham's record. I mean, yeah, this is an almost near perfect home record. 67 points out of 69 there. Impressive, yes. But EFL leagues, I'm sorry, but they're definitely more competitive and better than those National League teams. And considering Plymouth, with the very short budget that they've had, and to achieve that is incredible. So I'm not surprised that Steven Schumacher won Manager of the Year in League One. I think, honestly, he really, really deserved it. From playoffs to relegation in a single season. Yeah, what a fall from grace from MK Dons there. Before the League 2 final day, I made my predictions. I ended up with 9 correct results, 4 of which correctly predicted the winning teams and goal margin. Wow, and 2 bang on. Incredible. Peter Bresman, actually from Derby, they did indeed. A brilliant win for them against Barnsley. Alexa's greatest moments video. If I had the time, I would. I really, really would. Maybe if I finish doing the exam that I'm currently studying for, maybe I can find the time to try and do that. Bolton going to win the playoffs, says Wallace, a growing fan. Charlie says if Wednesday bottle it. Yeah, I mean, to bottle and to not get promoted with 96 points is insane. Not quite an equivalent of Notts County with the expectation they've got, but it will be up there. It really will be up there. I think there's been some very a lot of similarities with League One and National League this season, to be honest. I predicted MK Dons to finish mid-table at the start of the season. Yeah, a lot of us didn't. I think a lot of us predicted MK Dons to have a real fight for playoffs. So yeah, we were a little bit wrong there. Did you watch the video created? I've not gone round to it, but I did receive a notification, which I will see at some point. Wimbledon will go down next year, said Nicholas. Forest Green, 1 win in 25. Wow. Yeah, that tells you everything, doesn't it? And what was that 1 win against? That would have been against Sheffield Wednesday as well. And that really is a kick in the teeth for Sheffield Wednesday as well. reactive to viewers tables, or see best championship games based on tables. Well, I did that last year, didn't I? But I'm telling you, that took me so long to make, to look at, I think it was 11 to 12 different content creators' tables, and to calculate who had the best table. It took a long, long time to make. I'll tell you what, but I'm really pleased that I've actually done these sorts of videos before, that they do take this amount of time. It showed that I really did care about it, but unfortunately with the time constraints and pressures that I've got to do now, it's difficult. You know, I've been given an expectation at work to try and get through studies and stuff. I've also got all other things to do to improve my health as well. So there's so many things I've got to unfortunately juggle. But whilst they are in a better state of control, I'm hoping I can start creeping back into this. Vosmera, you're going to have to make sure you don't cause trouble and potentially ask the moderators for that. What exam? I've got an audit exam. So it's nothing interesting. It's not even a school subject, but I've got to have an exam in auditing. What would you learn the quality to be in the championship, says Ethan. How's Gatsby? He left literally about 10 minutes before the stream started. So I'm really gutted because I wanted you to see him. So I have fingers crossed that he'll come back, but he was basically cuddling me. Yeah, just being a sweetheart, to be honest. Any chance of a giveaway? Probably will. Basically, the giveaway will probably be something with the prediction league if I can get something sorted. Cody, really good to see you. Not seen you for a while. Thank you for turning up today. It's a big stream. This, Vinny, welcome to the stream as well. So, I need to actually save all the predictions, actually. And after I do that, I'll preview all the championship games. Go through all the teams, go through all the expectations for today. I mean, I've got to also give a shout out to you guys. Have you seen the attention my last video has gotten? It's very rare that a predictions video gets over 1k views. This last week of championship predictions has got over 2,500 views. This is incredible. I've never had a video I think do this well in a long time, probably ever. I can't think of a video that's actually done this well, excluding the fairy tales / history of clubs, which I can't actually earn money from because they're all demonetized. This is the best performing undemonetized video. That's a word. Monetized video. That's what I was looking for there. Yeah, I know. Honestly, it's incredible. And I gained, I think, 10 subscribers from this as well. So I'm really, I'm shocked, really, to be honest, about the attention it's got. Because it's last week, maybe, yeah, that's probably a big part of it, to be fair. Probably that the first and the last week are the big ones, really. And I think the timing of it as well, I gave everyone within 48 hours to post their predictions as well. And I don't know, maybe I delivered myself quite well with my predictions, to be fair. I mean, a lot of the time, I've really not liked how I've delivered these videos, because it's just very evident that I've not been able to research it in a lot of detail, because I just don't have the time for it anymore, unfortunately. Not the time to enjoy watching the football, but in time to make content and to basically entertain you guys, really. Just making sure I've caught everyone's. Charlie, I've got yours, and Wallace, I've got fan, I've got yours, and Jack, I've got yours. Basically, the top three. I'm going to count myself out of the conversation of winning this unless I pull off a mad one, but even with that, I think it's mathematically impossible, really. Yeah, I mean, there's so many comments I've not responded to because there's just so much of them, so it's incredible, really. Right, we've only got 5 minutes, so I've not given myself too much time to preview these games. Score predictions on Coventry and Middlesbrough. I said 2-1 Middlesbrough, but I think Coventry will get top 6 because I don't think Millwall and Blackburn are going to win. I think it's going to be a draw. So ultimately, that will send Coventry into the top 6. I think they'll finish 6th, and I think Sunderland might overtake them because I think they can beat Preston. So, lastly, let's actually go for the Championship and see if we can cover all the teams within 5 minutes. There's also one Premier League game as well. Fulham and Leicester to also look at as well. I really need the toilet. That's a really bad time to really need the toilet. Right. Burnley lineup looks like this. You've got Muric, Roberts, Howard Bennis, Al Dakil, Matson, Cullen, Brownhill, Goodmanson, Scott Twine, Zarori and Ashley Barnes. Cardiff have gone for Allsop, Jackson, Mark McGuinness, Perry Ng, Romeo, Wintle, Rena Motta, Colwell, Philogen Bidace, Conor Wickham and Shea Ojo. A decent side, actually, from both of them. Birmingham have gone for Etheridge, Longello, Sanderson, Harley Dean, Trusty, Bielik, Bakuna, Graham, Joe Bellingham, Rita Kadra and Lucas Jukovic. It really does make it clear how young this Birmingham side is. So the future is definitely bright, but they need definitely some better investment in some positions. Sheffield United gone for Adam Davis, Jack Robertson, Basham, Egan, George Bulldog, Tommy Doyle, John Flex, Ender Stevens, Iliman Ndiaye, James McAtee and Oliver McBurney. A lot of these players could play their last game because obviously McAtee and Doyle, they are all loan transfers. So Sheffield United will be hoping to get them next year, but maybe not, and that could be their last game. Norwich have gone for Gunn, Aarons, Omar Babadeli, Lungi Sorensen, Gianna Lewis, Gibbs, Nunez, Sara, Tazolis, Pookie, who's playing his last Norwich game, and Ona Hernandez, and Blackpool have gone for Grimshaw, Lions, Fornani, Nelson, Callum Connolly, Fiorini, Patino, CJ Hamilton, Sonny Carey, Josh Bowler, and Morgan Rogers. Watford and Stoke now. Watford have gone for Batman, Andrews, Porteous, Cabaselli, Hood, Loser, Chowdhury, Sarr, Kone, Sema, and Keenan Davis. There's going to be a lot of change for Watford. I'm going to stick with Wilder. I don't know. I think a lot of these players could be moved on as well. Stoke have gone for Sarkic, Timon, Fox. I completely forgot they got Sarkic. What a signing. Jagielko, Sterling, Pearson, Thompson, Campbell, Laurent, Smallbone, and Nick Powell. Actually might be able to do this in time. Swansea and West Brom, they've gone for Fisher, Latibodia, Kambango, Wood, Ryan Manning, Matt Grimes, Oliver Nitchin, Nian Cullen, Luke Cundall, Jamie Patterson and Joel Pirro. West Brom, who really need to win to have any chance of getting to the top 6, they've got Alex Palmer, Connor Townsend, Eric Peters, Sammy Ajay, Daniel Furlong, Jason Malumbai, Yuksulu, Colin Grant, John Swift, Jeff Wallace and Brandon Thomas-Asante. I mean, if they are in the top 6, they've definitely got the firepower to get promoted. Millwall, who really need to try and win at least to have a chance to get into the top 6. They're currently in the top 6. They're going to be hoping for results elsewhere, not to make sure that other teams overtake them. George Long, McNamara, Hutchinson, Cooper, Stiles, Saville, Mitchell, Watmore, Zion Fleming, Oliver Burke and Tom Bradshaw will be the team to see if Mill can get into the top 6 for the Championship for the first time since being promoted back in 2016. Blackburn will be hoping they can get into the top 6 for the first time since, was it 2013 or 2014 the last time Blackburn were in the top 6? AC Pears, Pickering, Hyan, Carter, John Rankin Costello, Travis, Water, Beretta Diaz, Sammy Spodix, Ryan Hedges, Asorba Thomas. That is a very interesting lineup for Blackburn. I don't think Blackburn have been into the top 6 since their first season they were relegated for the Premier League, which is over 10 years ago now. Luton have gone for James Shea, Gabriel Ozto, Sonny Bradley, Dan Potts, Alfie Doughty, Fred Onyedinma, Campbell, Clark, Watson, Freeman and Joe Taylor. Nothing to play for Luton, they're going to finish 3rd. Hull have got Ingram, Greaves, McLaughlin, Jones, Louis Carl, Sana Mandinish, Simons, Greg Doherty, Harry Vaughan, Ozan Tufan and Adama Traore. God, I don't think we're going to get there in time. There's so many games. Preston, they've got Woodman, Story, Lindsay, Hughes, Ledson, Brad Pos, McCann, Delap, Fernandez, Troy Parrott and Tom Cannon. Sunderland, they've got Patterson, Jerkin, O'Neill, Trihoom, Linda Gooch, Dan Neal, Ekwa, Clark, Diallo, Roberts and Gelhardt. Sunderland will be hoping they can get into the top 6. Now, this game is very crucial as well. Middlesbrough will be 4th. They've got Stephen, Tom Smith, McNair, Nenningham, Giles, Hackney, Moat, Isaiah Jones, Stuart Apple, Ronnie McGree and Cameron Archer. And Coventry, this is a team they can hope that they can stay 5th. Wilson, McFasting, Doyle, Manani, Norton Cuppy, Hamer, Nian Kelly, Eccles, Bidwell, Gyökeres and Matt Gordon. Right, I won't lie, these three other games, they're not particularly important. They'll go back to here. QPR and Bristol have got nothing to play for, so that's what I was going to find. Yeah, that's why I completely skipped them, to be fair. I'll be back and enjoying the Borough and Coventry kickoff. Ah, fair enough, good. This is my first ever season. You've done EFL predictions, fantastic. And I would continue doing them. You know, one thing I'll say with predictions, it's like a really nice way to get involved with the fun and the buzz of getting something right. But one thing I'll say, you know, unless, you know, because betting is also something that this is compared with, I don't bet. You know, I've been encouraged to bet before, but ultimately with my predictions this year, you know, I've been very, very encouraged to put off with these bets and stuff like that. And I think this is just a nice way just to kind of feel what other people feel when they have got money on the line. And honestly, right now, I do think it's just part of fun. We all try and be right over the other with their predictions, and ultimately is a little bit of a friendly competition. You might have missed it, how's Gatsby? I was saying Gatsby left not the stream, but he actually left where I was about 10 minutes before the stream started. He was giving me cuddles and stuff like that, so he was being really, really nice. I've got fingers crossed that he'll be back within this stream, potentially. We'll see. Right, sounds like a brilliant atmosphere at Riverside. I would expect it to be. I think Middlesbrough definitely wanting to get some intimidation in. They're probably thinking that they'll be playing against Coventry within the playoffs, so there could be a chance that Middlesbrough and Coventry will be playing against each other 3 times in 9 days. So I think Middlesbrough are definitely going to want to try and set a very, very intimidating tone. No, he's perfectly safe. So, kickoff has started for all of these games for the final game week of the championship season for the 2022-23 season. It's been an incredible ride with all of you. Let's see how it unfolds. The only things that we've got to think about that could still be swung within the balance is the top 6 race. So Paul Merson's going to be watching Millwall and Blackburn. He'll be my eyes and ears for that. Because like Millwall have started quite well here. Oh, Bradshaw already with a shot that's been blocked. So I've that's what I did anticipate. I think Millwall are going to be the better in creating chances. It's a question whether they can create and actually take any of those chances. Merson's making a lot of noises, so definitely a lot going on between Millwall and Blackburn, which is what I was expecting. Millwall know they need to win to have a really big chance. In fact, no, win this and then Millwall will be in the top 6. And that will be confirmed. Blackburn, if they win, they have a chance. You know, not a 100% chance, but it denies Millwall and they have a further chance of doing it. Coventry, I think a lot of people supporting Coventry today, which is great to see. Have a great fan base, if I do say so, with all the ones that I've met. Ryan Giles making a mistake there, and Hamer, oh wow. Hamer having a big chance on what a save already by Zach Steffen. I tell you this, Coventry's starting very well. Very, very well. Borough have lost their last 2 final day fixtures. Wow, that's a stat, isn't it? I mean, I backed Middlesbrough based on the fact that they can't stop scoring at home at the moment, but that being the case, could potentially be a mentality thing with this Middlesbrough team. Didn't even get a chance to preview the Premier League game, but yeah, Fulham-Leicester. Big game, especially for Leicester. If Leicester pick up 3 points here, they will edge out from the bottom 3 by 3 points. And with up to 3 games left for most teams, you'd think a 3-point gap at this stage will almost be enough to guarantee survival. I think West Ham have survived the season now after their win yesterday over Manchester United. I think it now leaves the conversation between Everton, Forest, Leeds and Leicester 3 of those are wait, is it? No. 2 of those 4, sorry. 2 of those 4 teams are going down, which is incredible for me to think about these 4 teams thinking that they are staple Premier League sides. 2 of them will have to go to the Championship. It's incredible, really. And big game tonight. Yeah, Nicholas has just talked about Forest and Southampton. I think Forest will win this one. I have a good feeling because of their home form, but Nicholas is still thinking Southampton could still survive from the drop. It's not impossible, but in my opinion, I think their away form is going to ultimately cost them. I personally think the way that Forest have actually played quite recently, have played quite well quite recently, Forest. And I think if they play with their home form like they did against Brighton, then they should beat Southampton. They should. And it's a must-win for Forest. Win that, and they'll push Leeds within the bottom 3, and they'll really throw the cats among the pigeons now with Leeds United, because they know they have to get a result in one of Newcastle, West Ham, and Spurs. It's going to be a really, really dramatic final day of the season, I think. No goals so far within the Championship and the 1 Premier League game so far. Which, yeah, to be fair, we've only had 6 minutes, but with over 13 games being played, I'd hope that we could get a goal. We're getting the West Side derby between Bristol City and Plymouth next season. Charlie's already writing off Leeds' chances. Nicholas is saying Leeds are down. Wow. A lot of people not backing Leeds at the moment. They only need 1 win out of their last 3 games to really make things interesting, I think. Now, I'm thinking about the options that I've got, because I could watch Soccer Saturday, which I'm going to talk about all of these games, or I can pick one of the live games that they're shown on Sky at the moment. So, they're showing Millwall Blackburn, they're definitely showing Preston and Sunderland, they're showing Swansea West Brom live as well. I think they may have Middlesbrough and Coventry on the red button, so I really do have a lot of options here. If Leicester loses, interesting. Oh, without a doubt, because I actually think Fulham is probably the nicest game that Leicester have left, I think. Oh, chance for Preston. Deflected shot just wide of the post. But yeah, if I remember right, I know Leicester have got Newcastle and Liverpool still to play. Oh my gosh, Paul Merson's making a racket. There must be a goal at the Den somewhere. It's Millwall who've taken the lead. They've got the first goal of this game. Let's go to catcher right now and see what it means. So corner comes in. Headed by Saville. Oh my word. It's just over the line. I think that's Duncan Watmore with the goal. He makes the cradle celebration. And the Millwall fans are already losing it. And I don't blame them. What a moment this is. This will be the first time Millwall enter the playoffs since getting promoted back in 2016. And as you can see here, that means Millwall are going to be on 71 points, 5th place, just ahead of Coventry. This now makes things very interesting now. It really does make things interesting. So Coventry currently with a draw. It does look like that will be enough. In fact, that will be enough right now for Coventry. As long as they don't lose to Middlesbrough, I think Coventry will be top 6. And in fact, that's really, it is possible. It's impossible for any other team to catch them. Only Millwall could overtake Coventry if they draw. And that, of course, is exactly what happened with that Duncan Watmore goal. So Coventry right now doing everything right. A draw keeps them within the top 6. And Sunderland, West Brom could all be winning. And they won't be able to catch up with Coventry. The only thing that makes it interesting now is if any of them are winning, and then we potentially have goal difference to play a factor within it. But ultimately, Millwall winning, it means that it's quite predictable how the outcome's going to be, especially if the Coventry result stays the same. Which game am I watching? Well, I'm watching Soccer Special, so I'm watching all of them all at once, really. Typically I would watch one game and then just look at goals going in, but I've decided to go for Soccer Special this time. Yeah, great chant, Charlie, about Millwall there. It's a big goal, that. Huge goal for Millwall, and that's exactly what they needed. And I did say, it looks like Millwall started very well, and they've taken their chance. It's now a question to see if Blackburn have got the bottle to get back into it. I did look at that Millwall team, and it looked very, very strong. And I wasn't too sure about Sorba Thomas being their striker option, to be honest. Free kick. Oh, he's supposed to listen! Two for Millwall. I think they've almost wrapped up their top six. Right, well, that makes things interesting. What a start this is for Millwall. Incredible. It's Bradshaw with the goal. And then Blackburn try and counter, and it's flagged up for... Oh, is it disallowed? Wait, is it offside? Oh, it's disallowed. Oh, no. I thought it was 2. Wow, that would have been incredible. Tight decision, but yeah, no VAR. So they can't review it. They can't potentially change their minds. They originally flagged for offside, so it stays 1-0. Oh my word. A huge let-off for Blackburn Rovers there. Blackburn, of course, can't have anything less than a win. They need to win this game to have any chance of getting to the top 6. And right now, they need to really recover this at the moment. They're not playing like a team that deserves to be in the top 6 at this moment in time. A huge letter for Wallace and Grant fan. Did you predict 2-0? See if you did. That's a really, really big call that you made there. Right, Middlesbrough. Oh no, it's Middlesbrough again giving it away. And Gyökeres. Oh, not far away. I know it's Jamie Allen, sorry. Oh, you said 2-1. Ah, fair enough. I'm wondering if Wallace Squad fan predicted 1-0 maybe. Very almost 1-0 commentary. You had Stevenage 22 positions wrong. I think everyone did, to be fair. I think even with Steve Evans, who has definitely had a mixed reputation, he's definitely got promotions under his CV, but I don't think anyone expected to see Stevenage even get into a conversation of getting promoted, and they have done that. And we have just seen a goal in the one Premier League game, if it shows us, and it's gone to Fulham. What a moment this is. So Fulham have taken an early lead against Leicester. Leicester, that will mean they're on 30 points, having played 35 games. It's Willian with the goal, and that makes me sad. Honestly, I'd actually wish Willian was back at Chelsea right now, bearing in mind how much they're struggling for goals. But look at the gap right here. Fulham, if they win this, they have a 6-point gap from Chelsea. But you see here, look at this. It's definitely between 16th and 19th. I mean, Southampton, if they're going to have a chance, even if they win all of their last 4 games, they'll be on 36, so they can't catch West Ham. Right, there's another goal in the Championship, which we're going to quickly go towards. West Brom taking the lead. That's another big game regarding the playoffs. It's OK Yoksulu with the goal. Not the cleanest of finishes, but it is enough of a connection to get it across the line and into the net. What that means is that West Brom are currently on 69 points. So they're 1 point off the top 6. They're ahead of Sunderland, and of course they're ahead of Blackburn because Blackburn are losing to Millwall. That does make things a little bit nervy for Coventry. Now, right now, their goal difference, West Brom, is +8. Coventry's goal difference is +12. So as long as Coventry don't lose heavily, they don't have to worry about West Brom. One team they will have to worry about, though, is Sunderland. Because Sunderland, if they pick up 3 points, they will also be on 69. Their goal difference is +10, and Coventry's is +12. So you can see how close that is. So right now, I don't think Coventry are going to be too concerned about West Brom, even if they don't win or if they lose. It's going to be Sunderland that's going to be the one team that they're going to be really concerned about. But what can save them is if Millwall don't win. So right now with Millwall winning and also West Brom winning, it's not really the best case scenario for them to feel completely relaxed right now. Massive goal indeed. Yeah, it's a huge goal for West Brom. Uh, it's already up against West Brom to get into the top six. They're going to have to win pretty heavily, West Brom, to get into the top six. But it's definitely not impossible. They're definitely the most disadvantaged team to get into that top six place. What might help, to be fair, is if Millwall's draw. I don't know about their goal difference. Huge goal at Carrow Road. It's gone to the way of Blackpool. Did I say in my predictions that we will see these relegated teams play their best football, saying that they are going to bounce back within next season? And we could already start to see that with Blackpool here. They've taken an early lead against Norwich, where they've just had a very, very poor season. I've got to be frank. It's Morgan Rogers, who I've been quite disappointed that he hasn't scored as much in the Championship this season. That's a brilliant through ball by Bowler, and it's a brilliant finish by Morgan Rogers. A chipped effort, and that currently puts Blackpool on 44 points. And it could mean that Blackpool could finish above Reading if Reading do not win their game against Huddersfield Town. But currently the bottom three is going to stay the same. Let's have Liverpool, Newcastle, West Ham. West Ham, and therefore have got a huge say within the bottom part of the table. So yeah, West Ham have got Leicester. West Ham have got another team down there as well. Who else have they got? West Ham have got another team in that position of the table, I swear. But I can't remember who they've got. It's not Forest. No, it can't be Forest. I can't remember. I'm actually going to look at West Ham's running and remind myself who they've got. West Ham are safe, in my opinion. But their last couple of games could really be determined. So their next game is against Brentford, excluding their game against AZ Alkmaar. Oh, Leeds, that's it. Barnes comes close. Leeds, that's right. I actually remember talking about it. Yeah. So West Ham have got Leeds and Leicester still to play. So West Ham will have a huge say within this bottom three. Yeah, Leeds, that's right. Wow. That is Leeds are going. Not Leeds. Sorry, West Ham are going to have a really big say within this relegation battle. Then. So in Newcastle, to be fair, Newcastle have got Leicester, and they've also got Leeds. Newcastle have got a big say into it as well. Liverpool involved with it. 3 teams could start the final day in 33. And that is incredible. To see that level of competitiveness is insane. It really, really is. But it does tell you that 33 points, it's not a high amount of points to get. And considering you might need that to survive, I mean, that, I'm not even going to say it's down to poor standards down there. I genuinely think it's down to the competitiveness of it. In my opinion, that will be Forest, Leeds, and Leicester. So that'll be the teams on 33 points. So yeah, Forest could beat Southampton to put them on 33. Leeds could get a win against West Ham to put them on 33. And Leicester, who knows where they can win. Maybe West Ham as well. So Norwich goal disallowed apparently, according to Charlie. So Norwich nearly getting a response from going behind against Blackpool. They've not really got anything to play for, Norwich and neither Blackpool. But if I was a Blackpool supporter, I'd be wanting to see a really good performance from this team to give me some hope going back to League One this season. Knowing how competitive it was this year, I think it's going to be a really, really tough season for all the recently relegated teams to get anything. You saw that Derby missed out, and that's huge. Derby is just even one of the teams that they're going to have to face up against. Pookie nearly scoring a brilliant goal there. What a save. They have done, haven't they? Sorry, I was just listening to Jeff Stelling's commentary there. Fulham have now doubled their lead 2-0, and that is going to be very scary for Leicester. Very scary for Leicester. Because their goal difference right now is minus 14. Leeds' goal difference, okay, so their goal difference, to be fair, is definitely not as bad as Leeds. Their goal difference, minus 14. Leeds is minus 25. And Forest is minus 32. My word. But even with that, it's now minus 15. If they lose heavily here, it really does give them a disadvantage. Right now, the only reason why it feels like they're on 31 points rather than 30 points is because their goal difference is significantly better than Leeds and Forest. But if Leeds or one of Leeds or Forest pick up a win, that really puts Leicester in danger. It really, really does. So currently within the top 6, Millwall currently 5th and Coventry are currently 6th place. And Coventry are still in 6th because they are not losing their game. As we've previously mentioned, a draw for Coventry will be enough for them. It will be enough. It's if they lose, then Coventry will be in a little bit of trouble. And that's when they'll be hoping for results elsewhere, not to go against them. Millwall definitely having the best start out of those chasing pack teams, getting that early goal. Could have been 2 if it wasn't ruled out for our side. West Brom have made things very interesting there. Sunderland need to see if they can get something against Preston there. Blackburn currently the most disappointing out of those chasing teams so far. A draw wouldn't be enough, but it could at least prevent Millwall from getting into the top 6, as that will put them down to 69 points. Their goal difference is +9 and West Brom's is +8, and so a draw for Millwall would really make things very nervy for them right now. So how to aim against something against Newcastle here. A lot of people backing for things against Newcastle. Oh my gosh, I was just saying that an equalising goal for Blackburn will make things very nervy for Millwall. And look at this. This is why. Because this draw has now put West Brom into the top 6 because of goal difference. They've got the exact... Oh, have they got the exact same goal difference? No, they have not. Wait, no, they have. I can't count. They do have the same goal difference, +8 for both of them, but West Brom have scored more goals. So that is why West Brom are currently stealing 6th from Millwall. That tells you how important this final game is. It's Adam Wharton who equalises and a huge goal at the Riverside Stadium. Coventry needed to not lose. A win would guarantee them going into the top 6. And what have they done here? They have scored first. That is a huge goal for Coventry fans. And that will give them a tiny bit of breathing space. So Coventry, that's not been updated yet. So they should be on 72 points. There we go. 72 points, a 3-point gap from West Brom. Millwall currently falling out of it. But if Blackburn can find a way to be on the winning part of that, they will be on 69 points. But the disadvantage of that is that West Brom will have a better goal difference. So if Blackburn are winning, they'll be hoping that West Brom will not be winning. Gustavo Hamer with the goal as well. Incredible. 1-0 Coventry. Yes, incredible. So this means that Coventry will be on 72 points. A 3-point gap currently from 6th place West Brom. So we were just saying about the order for top 6. So it's from a counter-attack here. Hamer and, my word, Middlesbrough were really not sprinting to get back there. But it's a brilliant break from Coventry there. A great amount of space and great composure as well from Hamer to get the goal. But what I will suggest right there, they've gone quite strong, I dare say, with Middlesbrough and Coventry there. The last thing that they want is for both of them having players or strikers injured at this point. But Matt is going to be loving this right now. For the fact that Millwall aren't winning, oh my word, what a goal! I've just seen that of Wharton's goal. Brilliant technique on his left foot here. Wow, just outside the box, curls it right into that bottom right corner. That's a stunning goal. So, what that means is that West Brom take that last top 6 place because they are winning against Swansea. And they're doing everything right. I said West Brom were the team most at disadvantage to get it, but what could change that is if Sunderland start picking up a goal. If Sunderland can be winning against Preston, then Sunderland will take that top 6 place away from West Brom. And it looks like Sunderland are on the attack. There's Amad Diallo. Oh, they want a penalty and it's not been given. Joe Galehart goes down wanting a penalty. Referee does not give the penalty. Incredible. We've just had a shout for a goal. And right now, this is incredible because if it is a Swansea goal, just me saying that West Brom looked to briefly get into that top 6 place. Luke Cundle has just scored for Swansea. It's not updated on the scorecard yet. It has now. So Swansea are now drawing with West Brom by 1 goal each. Let's see what happens there. Oh, it's a brilliant triangle pass. Cundle making a perfect run there. It's a great teamwork goal by Swansea, which is what we've been seeing them improve with it quite recently. So what that means, West Brom were briefly within the top 6 within about 5 minutes. But that equaliser now means that they fall from 6th to 8th place right now. Millwall, despite not beating Blackburn, still stay 6th place. But if Blackburn score, or West Brom, or potentially Sunderland score, then things change completely. But it's practically the same top 6 table we've had since starting today. Oh my word. We're getting changes like every couple of minutes or so, and I'm really, really excited for it. We're definitely getting all the drama within the top 6 decided matches. All of them have had a goal apart from Preston Sunderland. That's the only game we're still waiting for a goal within those games deciding from the top 6. So it tells you how much of them, how much the teams have come off the traps to get something from this. What excitement, says Vijay, exactly. We've already seen about 3 to 4 different versions of of the top 6 already within 25 minutes. And that tells you how often it's going to change. When we've got 3 to 4 games that will decide the outcome of the top 6, we are going to get these changes really, really often. We haven't had a goal in less important games. Well, Norwich Blackpool will probably be the exception of that. But honestly, I'm so pleased that the attention has gone to, now this was a big chance for West Brom here. Poor by Joel Latibodier to give the ball straight to Colin Grant, but it's a good save by Fisher. But Colin Grant knows should be doing better with his previous goal scoring record there. Oh my word. Up the minute, says John. Honestly, I'm so pleased for Rotherham fans because they've been really written off. And kind of guilty. I've been part of that for quite some time. But I'm really pleased that they've actually going to get 2 consecutive seasons of Championship football. It's the first time they're staying in the same league in 7 seasons, which is absolutely incredible. So I'm really pleased for Rotherham. I was saying in my predictions, more seasons they get in the Championship, more commercial growth and more revenue they build in, which improves the facilities and the likelihood of improving their squad players. It's as simple as that. We want more goals, says Charlie. Agreed. We definitely want more goals. If we beat Middlesbrough today, they're the first team they play in the playoffs. Yeah, it's a big confidence boost for Coventry Vosmera. I completely agree with that. Because, as I was saying, if Coventry do stay fifth, then it will be Middlesbrough they play twice in the playoffs. So 3 times they may have to play against each other in 9 days. To make me feel better about Rotherham is if they scored. Oh, did you predict something for Rotherham there, Wallace Van there? There's a goal at Turf Moor, I've just been told by Jeff there. I'm going to guess Burnley, maybe a bit too premature. Yes, it is Burnley. Sorry, Cardiff fans, but I didn't have any faith in that. But it is Burnley who score, and just a reminder of Burnley's motivations today. If they win, they will be I think, was it a penalty? No. Oh, that's... Wait, no, wait. Oh, wait, so Cardiff wanted a penalty, but the referee pointed to the other side. Wait. Oh, and that's how the goal was scored. Oh, that's some controversy. Very controversial goal for Burnley. But they won't care, because right now, that means this goal will put Burnley, as you can see, on 101 points, matching Plymouth Argyle. They'll both, Burnley and Plymouth Argyle, end the season, 46-game season, on 101 points. Another goal, this time at Loftus Road, Bristol City. So Harry will be pleased with that. Bristol City have taken the lead against Queen's Park Rangers. A game with not much to play for, to be honest. I did back a Bristol City win. And now with them winning here, it puts Bristol City in 14th place. Which disappoints me, because I think I had Hull in 14th. So currently that is not going to be delivered at this moment of time. So my prediction is going to be slightly off with that. To be fair, I've not looked at my table for a long time. I don't really want to look at my table predictions going into this final game week. I think it's going to make me a lot more mad. Middlesbrough will not be best fit for the Premiership, says BJ. What makes you say that? Just curious there. I mean, I say out of the teams that could be in the top 6, I'd love to see Blackburn return. It'll be a good nostalgic one. Middlesbrough, you'd be surprised how many seasons they have had of Premier League football. You know, they've actually had more Premier League pedigree than Millwall, Luton, and Coventry. Yeah, definitely Coventry. Coventry have been in the Premier League. Oh, that's a brilliant through ball there to Brandon Thompson-Asante for West Brom. West Brom pushing for this second. And it's a good save by Fisher. So, I've got to say for West Brom, they are pushing for a second. So, I did predict Swansea to win 2-1, but currently, the way that they're performing, it does look like it's going to be West Brom that they get the second at the moment. It's Mark Sykes, by the way, that scores for Bristol City. Blackburn, Blackburn not too far away from getting a second goal. It was a good corner that they had there. I mean, honestly, right now, Blackburn really need to try and go for this win here. Because currently, I think if Blackburn do win, let's look at this carefully. If Blackburn pick up a 2-1 win currently, it puts them on 69 points. And currently, that will put them in the top 6 because then they'll be beating Millwall. So yeah, right now, if Blackburn score right now, they'll be 6th. So, honestly, I mean, Blackburn, I think, and West Brom are the two disadvantaged teams of getting into the top 6, but they can easily get there. You know, all of these teams, it's in their own hands to get it. Sunderland still trying to find a breakthrough against Preston North End, and it's Preston again who are having the chances right now. But it looks like Luke O'Nien has injured himself making a tackle. Preston playing quite well here. Sunderland not looking like they've offered a lot, to be fair. So currently, they're not performing Sunderland like a team that they will be in the top 6. But, as I said already, you know, it's a 90-minute sport, all of this. We've only had just over a third of the games of the time being played. Burnley have just doubled their lead, ladies and gentlemen. It's now 2-0 to the Clarets. Ashley Barnes scores for Burnley here. Let's see about this goal. Brownhill with the cross. And that's just very, very poor defending. So no excuses on that one. I thought their first goal that they conceded was very controversial. But that is very poor defending by Marlon Romeo. He basically chests it as an attempt to clear it. And he just basically gives an assist for Ashley Barnes. Incredible, but yeah, defending really not great by Marlon Romeo there. Managed to suggest that Burnley will be good going back to the Premier League. I think they can. I think Burnley could finish in a 15-14 finish. I think. Charlie's very excited about the prediction league, isn't he? I predicted 3-0 for Burnley Cardiff. So right now, maybe they can slow down just a tiny bit with the goals. Maybe, I feel like, Charlie, you may have predicted 2-0, which is why you're excited with the prediction league right now. Well, it's not confirmed until I calculate the points. I will be doing that potentially straight after I do my review live stream. I will definitely try and get those out of the way as soon as possible. I don't know how quickly I'm going to do the stream. I'm just keeping my eye on time, and I'm potentially the stream ending around 5 o'clock. Maybe I'll do the stream around 5:30 or 6 o'clock or something like that, maybe. Who knows? Hoy predicted 2-1. Oh, okay. Well, that makes things interesting, doesn't it? Did I predict? Yeah, I think I predicted 3-0. I can't actually remember now. You think Burnley will finish 14th to 16th place, according to Manchester there. Could you like Sheffield United when they were in the Premier League first season, when they were 8th or 9th? That's not beyond the realms of possibility there, but obviously, I think we'll get a very early sign whether they will be that within the first couple of games. I think it's just, they've got to be very careful, Burnley, that they're not too fixated in their ways. Because what they have been doing under Dyche worked for a long, long period of time. And a style like this, whilst as attractive as it is to watch, it is even more likely that it could be exploited. Oh, what is a Grand fan predicted 1-1? Oh, okay, that's why you're pleased, I think. So we've got a little bit of a break from the soccer special. How have your guys' reaction has been? And I've actually not checked the statistics of this video, to be honest. I don't know what I've done. Not gained any subs though, so just in case you were wondering how this channel is performing, if it even loads. There it is. Excuse me, the hiccups. So, we've got 1,715 subs. Could we get to 1,720 maybe? Or 1,730? Definitely not an impossible feat. If we're comparing it to 2,000 subs, we are 285 subs away. So that is not far away from that at all. And you guys can definitely surprise me with that. So, 285 away. Could we get closer to 2k subs? Who knows? But thank you guys, as always, for the terrific support. And thank you to whoever's just subscribed. We're now 284 away from 2k. Thank you guys so much for the terrific support. Right, well, just saw this goal. 2-1 Millwall. So my 1-1 draw is incorrect because of Duncan Watmore. It always is Duncan Watmore who ruins my predictions, I swear. But nevertheless, it looked like that Millwall were the better footballing side, and now they've been rewarded with them winning. That now puts Millwall a little bit more comfy within the top 6 now. They have now got a 4-point gap from the chasing pack, which is incredible within itself, to be honest. That is fantastic for Millwall. So this was a very crucial goal for Millwall there, because with them drawing, it opened the opportunity for the other... Oh, that's a poor mistake. Oh, what a terrible mistake. I've just seen the goal. Oh my word. Well, it's a lack of communication there. I need to double check the shirt number, but oh my word. It's a lack of communication between Ainsley Pearce, and Harry Pickering. That's very, very poor by both of them there. Millwall in the Premiership would be fun, says Vijay. It would be a bit fun. The Leicester of Precious League is happening, says Charlie. Oh, do you mean the Leicester of the Predictions League, sorry? Oh my word, Preston again with a huge chance. Oh my word, how Preston not scored. Oh my word. Preston have had 2 big chances. Sunderland need to really respond in this second half. They've really not been at it. Do you think next season will be the 6th season in a row where at least one team get a points deduction in the Championship? I believe so. It doesn't look like that it's going to stop anytime soon, I've got to be honest. Well, just like that, Millwall have just been rioting now against Blackburn. It's now 3-1, and dare I say, Blackburn's chances of the top 6 are now ended. Bradshaw, oh, what a cool... Oh no, Oliver Burke, sorry. What a cool finish by Burke there. He assisted the first goal for Watmore, and he's just scored one on his own. A 2-goal cushion for Millwall, and surely now we can lock one of those top 6 places for Millwall. The only twist in the tail is if Coventry find themselves losing against Middlesbrough and Sunderland beat Preston. That's really the only change we could see. But right now, what an incredible response we've seen from Millwall here. Coniston says 3-1. Yep. Now secure the points, says Charlie. I think you predicted a Millwall win. There goes your perfect game. I like the little rivalry we've got going on here. You know, as long as it's not a malicious intent, it's absolutely fine. Charlie's already got the mathematics within his prediction league calculations at this moment in time. I love it. To be fair, if I was like ahead, I'd be trying to analyze all the calculations and stuff like that as well. You know, this is the banter I don't mind because it's harmless. You know, it's not personal. It really is just something as simple and as funny as that. Wallace, a grand fan, needs Rotherham and Sunderland to win for his prediction leagues. I kind of need the same, to be honest. They're both kind of letting me down with my points so far. I mean, Blackburn have been the team that have let me down just now, conceding 2 quick goals there, because I was briefly looking rather good with me predicting 1-1 there with the way it was going, but no. Watmore and Burke have really taken the game away from Blackburn, and surely it means Blackburn are now out of the conversation unless they have a mad second half, and Millwall have surely got one of their places secured. I say one of their places, one of the top 6 places secured. And that will make Coventry a little bit nervy, that. But they know, Coventry, they just need to draw. If they draw against Middlesbrough, they will still be in the top 6 no matter what result we get. It's only if they are on the losing side of the game where they'll be very worried, especially with Sunderland, because of their goal difference. Walsall fan wants QPR and Bristol to draw. Well, I don't mind with the score at the moment because I predicted 2-0 Bristol City, I think. Right, this is not disappointing so far. I tell you, the one team that has really turned up so far is Millwall. Millwall have been terrific, and I've got to say, they really did look good against Blackpool. I cannot deny that. They looked really good against Blackpool, and perhaps that should have been the performance that convinced me that they will be in the top 6. I don't know why I didn't see it. I mean, I think I gave Blackburn a little bit more of a chance. I think I saw how they were against Luton Town and how difficult Luton found to really get a lot out of it. But, oh, we had a big chance between Preston and Sunderland, apparently. Okay, so Sunderland. What a through ball that is. 1-on-1, Gelhardt, and it's saved. Oh my word, Joe Gelhardt will be having his head in his hands. That's a huge miss by the young striker there. Oh my gosh. Almost 1-0 Sunderland, yeah. And that will make things very nervy for Sunderland had they scored that. Watford just needs to score 1 goal to make me happy. What did I predict in the Watford game? I think I predicted 1-1. Was Mera's actually thanking Gelhardt for missing. I mean, right now, Coventry are doing everything right. It doesn't even matter if Sunderland even do score right now. Luton and Hull still 0-0. Now, I only predicted 1-0 Luton. I did predict that there would be very little goals in this game. And that has happened so far. But as I said, there'll be more games and minutes for it to play. So, what I mean by that sentence doesn't make any sense. We've got 45 minutes left in this game here. Luton looking like they've gone the closest. Doughty, oh yeah, that's a good save by Ing. Yeah, that's a really good save there actually. Luton have gone the closest to scoring. That's all you really need to know. One good chance, but other than that, quite a dull game. at Kenilworth Road. So we have got, well, it's 3:45 right now, but we're going to start getting the half-time whistles very, very soon. And we'll be at the halfway stage. We'll be able to pick up the pieces of what we gathered in those first 45 minutes and what it means going into the final 45 minutes of the game week of the season. Absolutely incredible, really, that this is that it's even concluding. It feels like that this season, drags on as long as it did, but this is one of the quickest seasons in my opinion. I don't know how, but it has been one of the quickest seasons for me in terms of physically investing in it. Now, if Hamer is injured, Charlie, that is not good news for Coventry, because they will be missing him very likely for both games against Middlesbrough in the playoffs, and that is exactly what I was talking about. If they're going to go strong in those games, they are running the risk of getting their key players injured. I think Watmore tries to win a penalty there. I mean, he's going to be greedy. He's going to be wanting a hat-trick, Duncan Watmore there. And who would have blamed him there? I mean, yeah, it could have been 4 because, yeah, they've just mentioned that there has been a goal disallowed from there as well. Oh, it sounds like bad to worse for Leicester. It might be 3. Oh my word. Fulham are 3-0 up. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I was not expecting this. I expected Fulham to potentially get something, but I didn't expect them to be 3-0 up before half-time. That has shocked me. And you've got to say it for Fulham. They've got a really small chance of beating or overtaking Brentford, I mean, for them to finish top 10 is incredible in itself. Chelsea's best chances of a finish will be 7th. Because they cannot overtake Spurs. It's impossible for them. So the maximum points that Chelsea could actually get is 56. My God, Villa only need to win one more game and Chelsea can't overtake them there. It does look like for Chelsea that they will have to settle for 11th place. I mean, they really could finish lower than that. Wolves could overtake them. Palace could overtake them. I don't think Bournemouth will. I think we won't finish as low down as 14th, but I think we could finish as low down as 13th. And that's really scary for me to think that Chelsea could really fall down this low. Hope Hamer's okay. Well, I'm hoping Hamer's fine as well. I need to know the extent of the injury for me to determine if he'll be out for a long period of time. Chelsea cannot get Europe anymore mathematically. Oh, I mean, we kind of knew that, didn't we? I wasn't even thinking about Europe, to be honest. There was a whole conversation of thinking if Chelsea could even get relegated, which I didn't believe would happen, but it got to a stage where had they lost all their final games, and if they ended the season on 39 points, that would typically be a team that, if you got 39 points, you would have narrowly survived. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the exact same amount of points that Everton last season managed to get, 39 points to survive. And, considering how much in trouble they were last year with relegation, that really just compounds that Chelsea have had a rough season. I don't think we'll get more than 45 points, in my personal opinion there. We had a good win against Bournemouth there. But in our last 4 games, we've still got Newcastle, Man United, Man City. And the only winnable game I see us having left is Forest. So if we beat Forest, we get 45. Oh my word, Leicester fans are really angry. They're angry. I think they were chanting "You're not fit to wear the shirt" or something like that. But my word, they are really angry, the Leicester crowd. Which I'm not surprised, to be honest. Yeah, I don't see Chelsea getting more than 45 points. I really, really don't. Oh, what's happened? Right, well, big goal at Riverside just before half-time. A hammer blow for Coventry because it's an equalising goal. And it looked like that it came from the left-hand side of the cross. And I think it was a headed goal there as well. That is going to make things very nervy now. And it literally has just gone half-time at Deepdale, with it being 0-0 between Preston and Sunderland. Now, what this means is that Coventry are going to fall down to 6th. So that will mean that Coventry will have to face Luton currently, and Middlesbrough will face Millwall. Shocking, isn't it? Now, the only nervy thing would be is if Coventry start losing this game and Sunderland get something out of Preston. Now, it's Cameron Archer who got the goal there. A very bad timing of a goal. That literal late first half goal from Cameron Archer there has now made things very interesting for Coventry and this whole playoff race. It makes it very, very interesting now. It really does. Because currently, Coventry will be fine. Coventry will be fine currently with those current scores. The only slight disadvantage they have is that they can't rely on staying within the top 6 with Millwall dropping out. Because it looks like Millwall now has secured it with having a 2-goal lead over Blackburn at half-time, unless Blackburn come out as prime Barcelona in the second half. So, personally now, it's really down to how Sunderland play, to be honest. You know, because I don't see West Brom overtaking Coventry with their goal difference. So if I was a Coventry fan, I wouldn't be worried about West Brom unless they score 3 or 4 goals in the second half, which I don't see them doing. The only team I'd be worried about is Sunderland because of the goal difference. And that is, you know, what I've been saying there. That is why the goal difference is so important in those races. Goal decider for Middlesbrough and Coventry. I predicted 2-1 Middlesbrough, so I'm not too far away with my prediction there. I need a Swansea goal as well, Charlie. Looks like you also predicted 2-1 Swansea. 1 point is still enough, says Vosmera. Yes, as I said, as long as they're not losing, a draw will do it. So potentially, Coventry could go backs against the wall and try and defend for 45 minutes straight. But that might be a dangerous thing to do against a Middlesbrough side at home. They have got one of the best home forms in the league, Middlesbrough. I've been called out by basically predicting Coventry to lose. But I'm just stating the facts. You know, I don't choose who plays against what team in the final game of the season. Understandably, Coventry want to get into the top 6, and I think they deserve it. I really do think Coventry deserve it for how they've been this season. But, you know, based on my predictions, even in my predictions, I predicted Coventry to actually finish 6th, I believe. Yeah, I predicted Coventry to finish 6th. But the only thing wrong about my current predictions is that I've got Millwall to go outside the top 6 because I predicted a draw, and I predicted Sunderland to beat Preston. So both those things not happening at the moment. But the only thing I've got right within my predictions so far is Coventry finishing 6th. And I do think they have got the toughest game, Coventry, out of all of the chasing pack teams within their final game week of the season. Coventry have only lost 1 game in 15. Yeah, true. I'm not denying that. But Middlesbrough have scored 8 goals in their last 2 home games. And I'm not ignoring that Middlesbrough's home form is, I think, I need to actually check. Let's go and capture. And let's actually back up my argument to see how good Middlesbrough's home form is. The 3rd best home form in the league, so the only 2 teams with more points at home are the top 2. And that tells you everything, doesn't it? You can see the contrast. Middlesbrough away are only 9th. So you do see a sharp difference there. So Coventry away is narrowly better there. But it is that home form. You know, I cannot deny that there. With their last 2 home games there, you've got 3-1 against Hull and 5-1 against Norwich. So I was right. 8 goals in their last 2 home games. That defeat they had at home there was against top of the league Burnley. That other win there, 4-0 against Preston. So even if let's look at those last 3 wins of their 4 there, they have scored 13 home goals in their last 4 games. So sometimes, whilst long stretched unbeaten runs are really good for form, you've also got to consider a momentum you build within your home games, because what makes each team unique with is not only their playing style, their team, but it's their stadium as well. And it's very important to consider that. And that is why I did edge out Middlesbrough there. But I am aware that Coventry have had a really good unbeaten run to this part of the season. Middlesbrough's got a player who's going to get the goal to beat this season. Yeah, true, they've got goals in their team. So this is why I'm saying Coventry have got the toughest team to play in the final game week. If it was the CBS, then I would likely back Coventry. I would, because I think Coventry's home form has been pretty good this year, and Middlesbrough's away form is substantially worse than their home form. Those factors really do make a difference. And if you're Coventry, do you know and risk missing out on the playoffs, or do you play for the draw? I mean, playing for the draw will get you into the top 6. It means you'll have to play Luton Town, but I think, to be honest, I think Coventry would just want to get into the top 6. And based on this right now, I would actually go for the win. Because right now, if they're playing for the... now, but that's interesting though, because if they do draw, it actually doesn't matter what happens. So I would be tempted to say go for the draw, but then would that be a bit naive to do, considering my whole epilogue of Middlesbrough just scoring plenty of home goals? Maybe. So scoring a second for Coventry could be the best thing that they can do, because it means that they've got a little bit of breathing space. But it's ultimately really down to how Sunderland do. Sunderland are not doing what they need to do to potentially get into the top 6. They did have one really good chance with Gelhardt there, but Preston have also had great chances too. So Preston looking like that they're actually giving themselves a really good account of themselves here. I'd like Charlie doing the whole Chris Kamara reference there. Charlie is almost certain Sunderland will score. I think it's hard to know how a team's going to be without a period. You know, predictions in general are so tough to make. But, I mean, this is incredible. So, that's the home form. I was going to say, that's not the league table. There we go. So, we already knew Luton are going to be 3rd. Middlesbrough, we already knew they were going to be 4th. It was really who was going to finish 5th and 6th. So the only change is that Millwall and Coventry have swapped places, because Coventry are drawing and Millwall are winning. Sunderland stay 7th currently with their draw. West Brom also drawing, so they stay in 8th. Yeah, that's right, because their goal difference is better than Blackburn. So ultimately, the chasing pack's positions have not changed. The only change we've seen within the top 6 is Millwall and Coventry swapping places. Burnley currently on 101 points. That'll be the first time a team has got 100 plus points since Leicester City, I believe. I think they were the last team to have got 100 points in a championship season. Not the most, but they were 5 points away from the most. Blackpool, the only team out of the bottom 3 winning at the moment, so they could end the season on 44 points. Wigan, I mean, it's been a dreadful week for them, with some staff members not being paid on time again. And what that tells me, and you can be bored about this, but I have been learning about cash running through a business. If you're not able to pay wages to staffs, you know, this is a big, big warning sign here. What that basically means, I mean, you may think, oh, they've just not got enough there to supply or whatever, and they just can't back it up. But there's a whole multiple of reasons behind it, really. And the big reason is that their cash flow, Wigan, is not strong. It's really not strong at all. Now, you can think that it's a director's job to make sure that the cash flow is still suitably running through the business there. What the shareholders / owners can do to contribute to it, they could pay dividends to the business to help it run. But clearly, that has not helped out right now to improve their cash flow position at the moment there. One method that they can do to try and help their cash flow is do borrowings and borrow loans, which I think they have done at Wigan, and I think they've nearly gotten themselves into trouble over it as well. But when you borrow stuff and you are not debt-free, you are posing a massive risk to the business there. The more debt you carry, basically the increased likelihood that you're not able to pay that back. Meaning for anyone else potentially offering a better offer to offer supplies, equipment, or any sorts of loans are less likely to go to Wigan or whatever club that has a huge amount of debt, because they want that guarantee that if they do pay something into it, they'll get something back in return. You know, they're not going to throw away money willy-nilly to try and pump, a company back up. They want that return. They want that return ultimately in the end of the day. They're not idiots on it. And by this moment of time, their cash flow position, Wigan, is looking very concerning to me. If they cannot even get the basics of paying their wages and salaries on time. That can be down to very poor credit control. And what I mean by the term of credit, and I'm going to really bore you guys, this might be interesting to a couple of you, but this is basically what I've been learning for the past year, which is what's really been taken away from me doing more content of this. But when something is on credit, you basically purchase it, but when you normally pay something from physical cash, you immediately get it. But when you purchase something from credit, you get that guarantee you'll get it, but you won't get it straight away. You get a credit term. It could be 10 days, 20 days, or 30 days, meaning within that 30 days, the transaction of you paying that cash in will take place. But those credit terms are there for you to basically build up enough of a cash flow position to eventually pay that credit term off to satisfy your supplier and to basically get things sorted within that business there. If that made sense, I'll be very impressed. But that's basically what I've been learning, really. You know, this is what has been really taking me away from making more content, learning about the cash flow positions of companies, which is just one very small area of amount of bigger areas that I've been learning very, very recently. Dear Lord, if you're listening, do not favour the villain and the hero for the fairy tale ending. Sunderland have to win 2-0, they can't get playoffs. I think even if they win 1-0, Charlie, and Coventry concede, I think they will still overtake. Ooh, but I've not checked the amount of goals they've scored, though. You've given me a good point here. Okay, so let's say, devil's advocate, so that's a plus 12 versus a plus 10. So Sunderland score 1, they'll get plus 11. But if Coventry concede, that plus 12 becomes to plus 11. So, Charlie, they actually only need to win by 1-0 because Sunderland have actually scored they've scored more goals than Coventry. So, actually, Sunderland actually need to do less than win by 2-0. They actually need to win by 1-0. I didn't see many people being too engaged with my explanation there. But I'm hoping in a way it tells you for how damning it is if you can't pay something as basic as wages or employee salaries on time. And it is a real concern. There are solutions to help with that, and the best solution I can think of in the top of my head is to potentially extend credit terms, meaning that Wigan do not have the pressure to pay their suppliers as quickly as they can. And maybe what they can do, they can reduce the credit terms between them and, so from the customers, so I need to get this in the right way around. So within their customers, they're going to make sure that they pay them back there. But their payables credit period, they can reduce that. It means that, the relationship between the suppliers could be damaged, but it means that Wigan will actually pump money in quicker, and that could help their cash flow position, and it could mean they can pay their employees on time. They really, really need to try and find something around that there. Yeah, I mean, Blackburn, the only reason that they're not out of it is because they could score 2 or 3 goals in that second half. Swansea with a light chance. Ooh, Swansea having a big chance from Patterson at the start of that game. Daniel Knight, welcome to the stream. So the second half has just started for most of the championship games. Here you go, guys. The final 45 minutes of this championship season starts now. Let me know what you think is going to happen. I think we'll get Sunderland to score But I couldn't tell you if Coventry are going to lose against Middlesbrough at this moment of time. Middlesbrough last won the playoffs and got promoted in 1988. Wow, that is incredible there. Vosmera saying come on City. Definitely pro Coventry there. Harry, welcome to the stream. I was just saying when Bristol City scored, you would be very, very happy because Bristol City are beating QPR at this moment of time. Am I going to do Watchalong for the Premier League final day? That's a good question, actually. Depends when it's on. Now when is the Premier League final day? You've made me interested now because it could be just before I do my audit exam, so I might have to be very careful if I am going to do it. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's on the 28th of May. So that is a week before. If I'm well prepared with the audit exam, yes. If I feel like I'm going to crap myself doing it, then maybe not. But I definitely want to get the championship out of the way. So I will definitely be looking like all the way up to the playoffs and stuff. And it's going to feel very interesting to actually look at all of those as well. But yeah, I'll definitely consider doing it. Pretty flat between Coventry and Middlesbrough. It's difficult to call who's winning. See, that would suit Coventry more than anything because, as I said, they only need a draw to guarantee that playoff place. If they lose, then they'll be hoping that Sunderland elsewhere do not score because Sunderland scored more goals than Coventry. So even if Coventry lose by 1 goal and Sunderland win by 1 goal, Sunderland will overtake them because despite having the same goal difference, Sunderland would have scored more goals than Coventry. Would be good to end on a positive note. I agree, Harry. I really, really would. Thank you guys for turning up today. We're on 18 viewers apparently. So if that is the case, thank you guys so much for turning up today. I truly appreciate the support. And I've got to say, guys, I'm just going to quickly change the capture just so that you can see this. Look at how well we've done with our last video of my predictions. Look at this stat here. 1 out of 10 in my... yeah, you can see that? Yeah. 2.7k views. Average view duration, which has been really bad normally. 4 minutes and 42 seconds is outstanding. Look at that. The typical one would be in between 4 minutes 13 and 4 minutes 34. You have smashed it. Incredible. And actually, in terms of a like-dislike ratio, it is actually very, very strong as well. It has only got 1 dislike with 89 likes, nearly 100 likes. The only time I've got over 100 likes in a single video was my Blackburn history of video. Or was it Luton? It was one of Luton or Blackburn. One of those historical videos got over 100 likes. That's the only time that's happened. So I really got to thank you guys because you guys have absolutely destroyed my analytics in those videos. So thank you guys so much there. Goal at the Joseph Stadium. I'm sorry, I was a bit distracted there. It looked like Sunderland nearly got the opening goal. All interesting at the Den, but I'll come back to that because Huddersfield have taken the lead against already relegated Reading. Josh Koroma with the goal. That will put Huddersfield up to 53 points and 18th place. And that will mean Reading are still 22nd because of their goal difference. But incredibly, Blackburn have done exactly what they needed to do, which is to get a late... Oh, incredible. So, it came from a free kick from Ben Brereton Diaz, but it was saved by George Long. And then Joe Rankin Costello managed to boot in the rebound to make it 3-2. Now, that is exactly what Blackburn needed. That will make things really interesting now. Because a draw for Millwall, if I just quickly go back to the table, I'm just chopping and changing scenes. But oh my gosh. Okay, so if Millwall draw, they will still be in the top 6, but they will be 6th. Oh my gosh, it's bad to worse for Leicester. They started the second half as they ended the first half because it's 4-0 to Fulham. That is going to be devastating for Leicester's goal difference. So Leicester's goal difference now is minus 17. And that is not, well, that is still 8 goals away from Leeds, but that is not far away from Leeds' goal difference. I've got to be honest. If it ends 6 or 7, that really could cost Leicester their league position. It's Tom Kearney. I've completely forgot about him. But yeah, Tom Kearney scored for Fulham. Fair play to him. He must have scored a Premier League goal before. But it's definitely his first one this season, which is incredible. Fair play to Tom Kearney, a servant to the club, really. Charlie saying Leeds are staying up, and Thomas saying Leicester will go down. Very reactionary from all of us there. It is one result in the end of the day, but I do look at this as being, oh my word, is this really how they conceded? Oh my gosh. I think I must have seen the worst goal. That's great skill by Koroma, to be fair. But oh my word, I mean, it really questions you why you play out from the back when Reading just can't do that. Reading just give the ball away in their own penalty box. And Koroma does a lot, to be fair, to win the goal. But my word, it actually started with them giving the ball away from their own penalty box. So that tells you everything right now. But their confidence is sky low, and that's a huge goal for West Brom. It might be disallowed. It might be 2-1. Right, it is 2-1. So SofaScore's trying to troll me here. So that's my prediction incorrect, because I said 2-1 Swansea. But West Brom winning now will make things very interesting now. I don't know who scored. No, it is Semi Ajayi, I think, if I just saw the replay correctly there. That's a big goal for West Brom. What that means is that West Brom are breathing down Coventry's neck. They really, really are. They'll be on 69 points. Only 1 point behind Coventry. Coventry, if they... Oh, my gosh. Oh, that's a really good opportunity for Sunderland. Oh, my gosh. It's Ekwa with the chance. Great save. Sunderland has started this second half much better than the first. And honestly, if I was Coventry, I'd be a little bit worried now. West Brom do lead from Semi Ajayi. Ekwa really coming this close for taking the lead for Sunderland there. I think if Leicester go down, they'll sell Madison, Tielemans and Casinos go to League One next season. I agree with the first half. I don't think they'll go League One. If it's true that they're linked with Russell Martin, if they do get relegated, I think Russell Martin will do enough to keep them in the league. Oh my gosh, my nose is itchy. That's what happens when I keep talking. Oh gosh darn it, Oliver McBurney. Why did you have to score? So I predicted 0-0 between Birmingham and Sheffield United, and Sheffield United scored. So that is 3 points out of it. So yeah, having a bit of a howler in my Premier Championship predictions, which has been the story of my season, really, to be honest. So that puts Sheffield United on 28 points and 91 points, which is crazy high standards for anyone to try and get automatically promoted, getting 91 points. I think the last time you could actually get automatically promoted with having that amount of points is back when Watford and Bournemouth were in the league. So that, once again, really high standards at the top of the League Championship and League One. It's just a question now whether if it's going to be self-sufficient of those teams surviving league above next year. Tom is backing Sunderland to get promoted via the playoffs. He's very confident that they'll do it. I mean, Tony Mowbray being a Premier League manager next year, that'll be a blast to the past for many. Posmera's very nervous. Oh my word. It is definitely really, really, really nervy. We've got about 35 minutes, just over that, for the end of the games. West Brom taking the lead there. I mean, we're getting a load of goals in this second half right now. which is really, really starting to make things very interesting. And just the table, oh my word, okay, there's our goal we've been waiting for in Deepdale. 1-0 Sunderland. That is the worst news Coventry could know. Sunderland have scored. So what that means right now, where are Preston Sunderland? Am I blind? Where are they? There. My word, Amad Diallo scores to make it 1-0 Sunderland in the 54th minute. What that means in the table is that Sunderland are 7th, knocking West Brom down. But you see here, goal difference, plus 11 Sunderland have. Coventry, plus 12, because they're still drawing against Middlesbrough right now. If Middlesbrough score, then Coventry, will fall down to 7th, and Sunderland will take 6th place away from Coventry. Incredible. Wow. Looks like we're getting loads of goals going in. Apparently Sheffield United have scored again, so yeah, 0-0 was not correct. I needed to predict 0-0 to someone, so I clearly predicted the wrong one there. Oh, 2-0 Bristol City. That's good for me, because I predicted 2-0 Bristol City away from home there. Sam Bell makes it 2-0 to Bristol City. I don't know who scored for Sheffield United yet, but I assume we'll find out very, very soon. James McAtee, potentially playing his last Sheffield United game, getting a goal, who has been absolutely brilliant. One of the players of the season for Sheffield United, that's for certain. Definitely Sheffield United will be hoping they can entice Manchester City to allow McAtee to sign for Sheffield United permanently. This is incredible, honestly. Now all of a sudden, Sunderland looking very favourable of getting into the top 6. Absolutely incredible. Let's see the goal. So Patrick Roberts, oh, not great defending by Bauer, gives it straight to Diallo. Oh my word, what a goal. Incredible. I mean, Woodman was making so many saves. He needed to be a wonder goal that was going to basically concede. Oh my word, looks like Preston nearly equalised there. They've got to be careful, Sunderland. Now they've got this goal, they cannot afford to get anything less. Scott Twine scores for Burnley. Oh my word, that is an incredible save. And what a good bit of defending. I don't know who that was who did a bicycle kick to get the ball away. My word, that's incredible. Right, well, Sunderland need one of two things. Coventry to lose, or Millwall to equalise against Blackburn. Two of those things will put Sunderland in the top 6. Let's not forget. Leicester have got one goal back. Might be a consolation goal for them. Harvey Barnes getting the goal there. I would actually look at that as a positive for Leicester, because it will improve their goal difference. And I think goal difference will be a huge factor whether they stay in this league or not. This game here is incredible, just like that. A Blackburn goal takes Millwall out of the top 6, which is amazing for them, to be honest. It's pretty much going to be out of Blackburn's hands now, because West Brom and Sunderland are winning their games. Even if Blackburn win this game against Millwall, it's likely they won't get into the top 6 because of their goal difference. But even if they get a draw or beat Millwall, they can drag Millwall out of it. That'll be incredible, honestly. This game as well, huge as well. Coventry, who started today in 5th, got the opening goal there. Hamer getting the lead. He wasn't substituted off, so Hamer, if he was injured, looked like it may not have been too serious. But Archer getting that equaliser just before half-time, and that has completely changed the mood of the game. But yeah, these two games is what Sunderland are going to be hoping that there'll be action with. They'll be hoping Blackburn to equalise or Middlesbrough to get a second goal here. That will send Sunderland into the top 6. Charlie supporting the Sky Blues there. Remember when Coventry had a 40 start of the season? Yeah, they did, didn't they? And they did beat Fulham 4-1. I do remember that very vividly as well. I actually watched it. I think it was on Sky Sports, and I watched it. It's going to be 3-0, isn't it? No, it's just 2-0. I was going to say, because Sterling was going to Loftus Road, I thought it was 3-0, but no, it's just 2-0. Not a great season for QPR. A good win for Bristol City in the end of the day, but it's not been too spectacular for them there. Yeah, but head to head, you've got to look at goals scored. They look at goals scored, I think, rather than head to head. There's been a moment there. Okay, I think there's a goal at the Den. It's 3-3! Oh, gosh! It's 3-3 between Millwall and Blackburn. Incredible! Okay, Diaz. Oh, what a goal as well! It's Ben Broden Diaz with the goal. Incredible! Oh, 6 goals at the Den. From 3-1 down, it's now 3-3 at the 63rd minute. Oh my gosh. Sunderland have now just got their second goal. It's 2-0 to them. And that'd be incredible. Paul Merson screaming again. What has happened? What's going on at the Den? Something's going on. Right, well, let's just see this. Oh my word. Counter, Pritchard, just in the D. Oh, there's a good strike from Pritchard there. Oh my gosh, there. Sunderland are making it to the top 6. They are currently. So, a draw. Look at this here. So, that means Coventry 5th and Sunderland 6th. And my God, Blackburn nearly score again. If it was 4-3 Blackburn, it puts Blackburn on 69 points. I think it will still be... Well, they'll be hoping that West Brom and Sunderland will draw. I think they can still get ahead of West Brom Blackburn, but I think it's kind of out of their hands now because Sunderland now going... Oh my gosh, again! Oh, it looks like Millwall and Blackburn is the game to watch. So Millwall now with a chance. Oh my gosh, that's a huge chance! Oh my word. You would not want to be a Coventry fan watching all of that right now. Or a Sunderland fan. Because right now, Sunderland are now taking that final top 6 place. Oh my goodness me. Do you mean Sheffield Wednesday will have a bit of sweet revenge against Derby County? Yeah, I think so. Oh my gosh. So currently Coventry are kind of sitting back by the sounds of things. Middlesbrough are trying to get this second goal here. That makes things very, very, very nervy. But currently it will be okay because it will definitely mean that Sunderland overtake Coventry. I think Leicester want a penalty or a red card. We definitely need to refresh the sofa score. I think it's behind. I don't think it's recovering from everything here. Right, Leicester have got a penalty. Leicester making a very, very late comeback. Okay, big moment here. Oh my word. So Swansea have now just equalised against West Brom. That is a hammer blow for West Brom. So, oh my word. Okay, what does that do here? West Brom are going to drop down a couple of places. Oh my gosh. So Leicester have just missed a penalty. Vardy shoots, Leno saves, and the rebound goes over. Bit of a let-off from Fulham there. Oh my gosh. There's drama in every league that we can go to right now. But wow. Oh my word. Well, Sunderland, I think, have wrapped it up here. They've gone... The incredible performance by Sunderland in the second half here. It's Olivia Nutchen for Swansea that makes it 2-2. It means West Brom are on 67 and in 8th place currently. And as I said, Blackburn have got a real chance of overtaking West Brom if they do get a win against Millwall here. Incredible. And wow, what a journey this is for Sunderland. I said that Sunderland would win. They looked a bit unconvincing in that first half, but second half, they have shown why they deserve to be in the top six. And again, it's always that left-hand side where they're able to break so well. And honestly, Jack Clark has been incredible all game, and he has deserved this goal today. Incredible by the young man there. Charlie will know about Jack Clark well as well, with him being played at Leeds as well. Incredible. 3-0 Sunderland, and you've got to say now, Sunderland have got that. I mean, I said that Millwall had their top 6 place confirmed, and then they concede 2 goals, and it means they have not, and Millwall are down to 7. That is why you can't confirm anything until you hear the final whistle. Oh my god, another version of Derby and Sheffield Wednesday. I remembered watching that game as well. It was one of the craziest games I've watched. I remember going to the toilet, and then as soon as I leave the toilet, I find Derby having their penalty to make it 3-3. It was one of the rare times I actually had a preview of my live stream before I did my review video. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Whew. Breathe. Can anyone breathe right now? Okay, we've got about 25 minutes left. Got about 25 minutes. Oh my god, I've actually got goosebumps. It really is that crazy. Look at the amount of goals we've seen as well from all of these games. You know, we've got a couple of 0-0s, but the rest of the games... What, we've got 4 goals at Swansea.com. We've got 6 goals at the Den. We've got 3 goals at Deepdale. It's definitely delivering as a fantastic final day of the season. Wow. I'm going to make sure that I've not missed any scores here. Jeez. So there's 3 0-0 draws that have still taken place, which is Watford Stoke, Luton Hull, and Wigan Rotherham so far. My word. I think everyone needs... we all need to calm down here. It is absolute chaos. The amount of times that final top 6 places are changing is insane. It is actually insane. Right, I thought there might have been a penalty at the Den, but no penalty at the Den. It's a free kick. Watchalong for whoever could have conceded that there. This is incredible. Right, I'm saying this now. I think Sunderland being 3-0 up with 25 minutes left. I'd be very shocked if they're not the top 6 now. I think Sunderland have got it. But the only reason why Sunderland may not get it is if Coventry hold on against Middlesbrough and Millwall can't find a win against Blackburn. God, excuse me. What an incredible scoreline at Craven Cottage, by the way. It is now 5-1. 5-1. Incredible. So that'll be for the 14th win of the season. I mean, they'll be grateful for Barnes scoring because it would have actually made their goal difference worse. It's Willian again. 2 goals from Tom Kearney, 2 goals from Willian, and another from Carlos Vinicius as well. Absolutely incredible. It is going to take a really negative hit to Leicester's goal difference. So their goal difference is now minus 17, which is only 8 goals better than Leeds. Tom wants a Kearney hat-trick there. We could very well see that. Right, it looks like Van Blackburn are going to defend a Millwall free kick from just the edge of the box. Poor free kick, and it's defended away. Oh, it was a very close free kick indeed, but it didn't really go towards goal. It was a very poorly delivered one. Very anticlimactic free kick moment there. Had that been looped over the wall, then that would have been very interesting. I don't know if I can breathe. You know what? I think Coventry and Sunderland fans are going to be absolutely crapping themselves. So Sunderland are really going to be hoping that Millwall don't score. Coventry are going to be hoping that Middlesbrough, in fact, Mill don't score as well. So, I mean, because right now, even as it stands, if they do lose against Middlesbrough here, they'll still be in the top 6. They will still be in the top 6 even if they lose currently. Because Millwall aren't winning their game. So right now, all the attention that Coventry and Sunderland will be putting towards, they'll be looking all towards that Millwall game. Because both could really decide things right now. That could really decide what happens there. So Sunderland, they'll be scared if Coventry hold on and Millwall score again. Coventry will be scared if they lose and Millwall score. My gosh, this is mind-blowing. 1-0 Watford I've just seen. It is Imran Louza who has scored for Watford. I think I went for a 1-1 draw, so not particularly sure that that's going to happen. But that is one less 0-0 draw to tick off now. We've only got 2 0-0 draws now, which is Luton Hull and Wigan Rotherham now. Finally, a little bit of action at Vicarage Road. Imran Louza. What did that do to Watford's position in the table? It puts them in 11th currently. Still a very, very disappointing outcome for Watford, considering the expectation that they've got. But that's a nice goal. I just saw it. Oh my word. We're getting wonder goal after wonder goal in so many of these games. Incredible. Fullabun 96 is saying, go on Sunderland, welcome to the stream. What a goal for Louza. Exactly, that was incredible. Tom saying Sunderland will win the playoffs. I tell you what, Tom is very confident at Sunderland's ability here. My word, it's absolutely shocking. We've seen, I think we've seen 3 to 4 different versions of the top 6. Something could happen here. My word. I mean, right now, we're entering the final 20 or so minutes. And we can still see a lot change. If Millwall score, then Sunderland will not be top 6. And they'll be hoping that Coventry concede against Middlesbrough. I think West Brom are currently out of it, especially that they're not winning. Although West Brom are attacking currently. Brandon Thomas Asante there. And Carlton Grant just misses the target again. Oh, no, it's John Swift. John Swift wants a handball, but it's not been given. I think once the grand fan wants Birmingham to score for his prediction league there. Oh my goodness me. I'd hate to be a fan in that sort of situation. Especially when it's kind of, the Coventry is in their hands. If they can just make sure that Middlesbrough do not get a goal, they've got it. And they don't even need to worry about what happens elsewhere. But because they conceded that late first half goal and they're no longer winning, they know that if they do concede and it's 2-1 Middlesbrough, then they will really, it will be no longer in their hands. And when you lose that control of it being in your hands, there's no worse feeling than that. It really is not. Preston had the second hardest fixture list before the final 5 games. Yeah, that's why I didn't predict Preston to finish in the top 6 in my final predictions table. I did think Preston would have a big say of who were getting to the top 6, but yeah, it was going to be too difficult there. And you can see there, Sunderland are playing like their whole lives depend on it. And fair play to them there. It's been an incredible game. Gosh, that Den result currently, 3-3, I cannot believe that. Right, so, oh my gosh, so, oh, my word, nearly 4th, oh, my God, what an unbelievable clearance. Nearly 4-3 to Blackburn there. That's incredible. Oh my word. Sunderland have a high chance of staying in the top 6 now. What I've done. Oh my word. So So the referee's blown for free kick to Middlesbrough despite the ball going into the net there. This is intense. This is absolutely intense. It's now 2-0 Watford, by the way, in case any of you are wondering. I mean, it's a game that doesn't really mean much, but Watford are going to end the season well with a win. Still no goals between Wigan and Rotherham, and still none between Luton and Hull. Those are the only games, but we're still waiting for some goals in. Enjoy while it lasts is the best we can get. Oh, good skill by Keenan Davis, and it's a good finish. It's a really good finish by Keenan Davis there. It's just like I can feel the intensity with all of you guys. Oh my word. Coventry hanging on to the top 6 by the skin of their teeth currently, it feels. But right now, even if I do lose, they will stay in the top 6, Coventry, because Millwall aren't winning against Blackburn. And if Blackburn do score nets, which Blackburn very nearly did score to make it 4-3, then that would really, really make things a bit more comfy for Coventry. Nearly in the 80th minute. Nearly 80th minute. We're nearly there. This is proving to be a really good climax of the championship. Is it? Oh, Mill going really close there. I think it was Zion Fleming that went close there. My gosh. So, is it the best final day that I've seen? I do think there's been some other final days of the season that have even been more dramatic than this. But considering how little we had going for this game week, this has delivered by all stretches to the imagination. Millwall to 3-1 to 3-3, I think, is the biggest story today so far. Oh my word. Thank you for 17 of you here. If you guys are really pumped of this final game week of the season, please make sure to smash the like button. It really does help the growth of this channel. We're on 1,717 subs, sorry. So thank you guys so much for the support. We're 283 subs away from, I can't do maths, 2,000 subscribers. So guys, we're not that far away from getting to that goal. That would be an unbelievable achievement if we can get there. Thank you guys, as always, though, for the terrific support. Please smash the subscribe button if you have not done so. It really, really does help. I've been trying to actually load the video just so I know how we're doing with likes and stuff. My word. I mean, I don't normally average this amount of people in a recent stream, so it tells you how excited and pumped everyone has been to see this final game week unfold. It has been incredible. We're on 25 likes. Right, can we guys get to 30 if we can? That would be absolutely amazing if we can get to 30. We're not far away. And if we get to 1,720, that would be subscribers, sorry, that would be absolutely incredible. We got a little bit of a break. We got a little chance to breathe slightly. No other goals going in currently. So we could take a little bit of a breather. Either way, it'll be the first time Millwall are in the Championship top 6 if they get there since being promoted. Same for Coventry. It'll be the first time they're in the Championship top 6 since being promoted. And the first time in the 21st century for Coventry, which would be crazy. Sunderland, to get into the top 6 within their first season of being promoted would be an unbelievable achievement. I can't think of many teams that have been able to achieve that. I think the last team I remember doing that was Southampton, where they actually didn't even need to actually get into the playoffs. They actually got promoted almost straight after. And I think Hull did something similar as well. I don't think they did it straight away, but I think it took at least 2 seasons for Hull to do it. A bit similar to how Sheffield United took 2 seasons to get promoted from the Championship to get to the Prem. Right, so it sounds like that Leicester have closed the gap again. It was another penalty conceded by Fulham. It's now 5-2. Maddison steps up and he scores. Birmingham have got one back. If Wallace and Guam fan did predict 2-1 Birmingham, that could be a late twist with the prediction league. I need to calculate it, but I wish I had calculated it going into this stage. But that is big. Big goal from Dion Sanderson there. 2-1. I do think this game will end in a Sheffield United win. There's not much to play for, but the only thing to play for will be the prediction league points. My word. Oh, Middlesbrough can change things. They really can. People thought Vardy was a better penalty taker for Maddison. Well, yeah, we've seen now that Maddison, I think, is the better one. Well, I think Vardy was, but not anymore. So it came from a set piece there. Roberts, and oh, what a volley that is from Dion Sanderson. I got to say, fair play. Don't normally clap goals, but that is a classy volley. We've seen some wonderful goals in this final game week, and I'm glad we're able to visualise all these goals. That is what I've been wanting to see. It really helps with my review as well. I'll need to check the Premier League one. It's pretty close, but I'll need to look at it. Because I'm a little bit behind with the points at the moment, but I'll need to try and catch up on those. Don't underestimate Ethan, Tom, because he does have incredible game weeks the odd time. Right, with only 10 minutes left for most of these games. As it stands, if we familiarise ourselves within the top 6, Coventry are 5th, Sunderland are 6th. I'm absolutely dying to go to the toilet, but I can't miss a single minute of this. I cannot miss a single minute. To quote Emma Smith, I don't want to miss a thing. I really can't afford to be honest. Because right now, the frequency we're seeing with these goals going in is really, you know... Sorry, yeah. So every time they cut to the den, I'm thinking, my God, how else could they actually big up any drama that they've already had? Best 10 minutes of the year. Enjoy, everyone. Well, I'll be enjoying it, but I don't want to enjoy it in behalf of others, you know. I'm just pleased that I'm not supporting a team that's in those pressured final 10 minutes. They're talking about Norwich. I wonder if Norwich have just equalised. So Norwich have actually subbed off Timo Pukki, and he's not been able to get a goal. But he's had a standing ovation, Timo Pukki, and he deserves it. Some of his championship seasons have been outstanding. So fair play to Pukki. I'm glad that he got a really good send-off there. Wallace and Guam fans really wanting a Rotherham goal, potentially for prediction league purposes there. Still Blackpool are winning. I've got to say, I just always back Norwich where I really shouldn't. And I thought this might happen as well. It's just everyone's got to take a deep breath here. I think that's the best advice I can give you. It's really quite incredible. Right, so I've had a quite important message that I'll respond. They'll have to wait. They'll have to wait. Oh, I can't be distracted. This is big. Oh, there's screams. Why are there screams? Oh, it's 4-3. But to who? It's 4-3 to Blackburn Rovers. Incredible. Oh my word. That is the highest pitched scream that you guys have been waiting for me to see. Since Insigne, you've not seen it. This is the moment. Oh my gosh. So they break after Mills just attacked. Ben Brereton Diaz, left-hand side. And apparently he scores it there as well. Passes it there. Oh my word, what a teamwork goal this is. And it's absolutely perfect. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. So Blackburn completely turn it around. Now they won't get top 6 Blackburn because Sunderland are winning their game. But Blackburn will end the season currently in 7th place. And that puts Millwall down to 8th and out of the top 6 currently. Now that is a huge sigh of relief for Coventry, because even if they lose, they may fall down to 6th, but Blackburn cannot overtake Coventry because of their goal difference. That is a big, big moment here. What a moment this is. Ben Brereton Diaz just coming alive. 2 goals from him, really being able to make the big difference here. There's another goal at the John Smith. Huddersfield are now 2-0 up against Reading. Reading are still going to finish above Blackpool because of their goal difference there. Oh my goodness me. Maybe this is the last conclusion that we've been expecting this season. I'm surprised not many of you commented on my screen there. It was quite loud. Oh my gosh. Coventry and Sunderland are there. Did I not predict Coventry and Sunderland will get top 6 with my predictions? And what's happened? Coventry and Sunderland are in the top 6. That is incredible. I think Pukki's going to retire after this season, says Tom. I need to actually look at his age. But if he is going to retire, that's quite a sad way for him to go out, because it's not been a great season for him there. It's very reminiscent from Jamie Vardy, in my opinion there. Both have been brilliant servants to their respective clubs and they've been scoring many goals. But this year, at least, it's definitely taken a toll that they've almost been carrying a heavy load for a bit too long there. This is incredible. Now, the thing is about Blackburn, they're going to be let down because of their goal difference. Had they had a better goal difference, I think they could do it. But their goal difference is -2, and Sunderland's goal difference, now that they're 3-0 up, is +13. So there's no chance of Blackburn getting top 6 now because Sunderland have got a 3-goal lead. I think that's the conclusion we've been waiting for, to see who's going to get the next goal at the Den. And Blackburn have completely proven me wrong. They really have. We have made a comeback. Preston, no, you're not getting it. Yeah, so Preston are ultimately denying Blackburn their chance of getting the top 6 because they've not performed against Sunderland. Oh gosh, that's a sneaky way of Preston fans to look at it. Well, I think Vosmera, I think you're fine. I actually think now, and I'll knock on wood very, very loudly on this, I think it will end with Sunderland and Coventry finishing the top 6. The only thing that I think will change now is if Coventry do concede, then I think, oh my word, well, we have an 8th goal at Craven Cottage, and it's not quite as embarrassing as it was because it's ended 5-3 currently. It's Harvey Barnes again with a goal. I think Harvey Barnes proving to be the best player on the pitch by the looks of things. Really doing his best, Barnes, just to keep Leicester in it. It keeps Leicester stuck on 30 points, same as Leeds. But those 3 goals for Leicester are going to mean that Leeds aren't going to close the gap on them quite so much regarding their goal difference there. The only thing now is really just to see which one of those teams can win the most in their last 3 or 4 games. Middlesbrough look like they're still pushing for a second, but at this moment of time, I think Coventry can just kind of relax a little bit now. Because their worry is if we were going to lose and Millwall were going to win, then they ultimately would not have got top 6. Now that Millwall need to score 2 goals to win, you know, I think right now, I think Coventry can now feel good about their chances. But what a bad day that is for Millwall. They started today in the top 6, and it sounds like Sunderland have overtaken Millwall in the final day of the season. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I knew that game between Millwall and Blackburn was going to be big, but I did not expect to see 7 goals. That is what I didn't see. Oh yeah, I get that, but a Preston fan there. But I was just saying, Preston fans could look at this being like one slight reason why they'll take losing to Sunderland. I mean, that'll be their excuse, I think. Disappointing for West Brom that they couldn't beat Swansea there. Had they won, I think if West Brom win, will they be 7th? They will be. I'd like to dare say yes. West Brom will be 7th if they can find a goal. But it looks like it's going to stay as a draw at the Swansea.com stadium there. That's right, guys. We're into stoppage time. We're going to start getting the full-time whistles in the final games of this season. We're actually going to start getting the lineups for Everton and Brighton. Is that the game tonight? Huge game. Really big game for Everton, this. If Reading scores, that shifts me and mine and Charlie's predictions. Ooh, that makes things interesting for sure. I actually can't remember what I predicted for Huddersfield and Reading. Did I predict 2-0? Oh, we've got a goal. Okay, we've got a goal at Swansea.com stadium. It sounds like, based on the commentary, it looks like Swansea have nicked it, and they have. So it's bad to worse for West Brom. West Brom actually fall down to 9th place now. Oh, what a free kick by Joel Pirro. Incredible. So that means Swansea end the season on 66 points. The same amount of points as West Brom, which is incredible. And when you look at it, only 3 points off the top 6. They've got a 3-point gap from Watford as well. So Watford will definitely stay up to 11th. Norwich 13th. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is big. So the first full-time is Luton 0, Hull 0. I'm really disappointed with that because I predicted it to be 1-0 Luton. So I thought it would be low scoring, but I should have put that as my 0-0 draw. I should have. Oh, Gyökeres comes close for Coventry there. So that's 1 full-time down, 11 to go. That's the second full-time. Huddersfield 2, Reading 0. So we're not going to get that Reading goal. Wallace and Grant fan there. It's ended 2-0. Oh, brilliant defending, actually. Dyche, I think, defended that. I mean, as things stand, Coventry will play Middlesbrough twice again. That's insane. It's ended 3-2 to Swansea, so West Brom end the season in 9th place. And it's ended at the Den. Millwall have missed out on the top 6 after being 6th place at the start of this weekend. They are finished down in 8th place. Oh my goodness me. Incredible. It's ended 3-0 Burnley, by the way. That's a correct score. I predicted 3-0 Burnley. I'll take it. 101 points. So Burnley have got 101 points. Incredible. Oh my goodness me. I don't think we are going to expect any more dramas now. That has been a big drama game at the Den. This 4-3 thriller there. So we've had 5 games now blow for full time. 101 points. Into Aguero time now. Yeah, we really are. But I don't think it's going to change anything yet. But we've only had 5 full times now. Still waiting a little bit. We're still waiting for Coventry to confirm their playoff place. But it's practically confirmed now because it's just, what we're still waiting for. We're just seeing if Coventry are going to play Middlesbrough or they're going to play Luton. So, Wigan Rotherham has ended 0-0. Disappointing finish for Wigan. They're going to end their season at the bottom of the table. Rotherham end with a 0-0 draw, which has put them in 19th place. What a season for Rotherham to even get 50 points is an incredible achievement for this side. So that's the 6th game blown now. We've got 6 games finished, 6 games left. We are really now starting to see the finale now. We're seeing all the whistles starting to get blown across the whole of the UK that these games are taking place. 7th game has just been blown for full time. Watford 2, Stoke City 0. And the 8th full-time whistle has gone at Deepdale, where Preston have lost by 3-0. Sunderland winning by 3-0, and that means Sunderland have... Why has it done now? That's glitched. Blackburn are not in the top 6. That means Sunderland are in the top 6. Ignore what SofaScore is saying. It's confusing us. So now they're waiting to see if they can be 5th or 6th. If Coventry concede, Sunderland will be 5th. If it stays the same, Sunderland will have to settle for 6th, and they'll play against Luton Town in the playoffs. Birmingham, Sheffield United full-time. QPR Bristol City full-time now as well. That's 9 games now full-time. Only got 3 games left to play, which I think is Norwich, Blackpool. We're still waiting for Middlesbrough and Coventry there. No, that's 10 games now. 10 games have ended. And it's ended. It's ended at the Riverside. And Coventry have guaranteed themselves a playoff place in 5th place as well. Norwich and Blackpool have ended. Right, that's it. That's it. All the games have blown for full time now. We should now start seeing this final table. And SofaScore really needs to fix Blackburn, because they've given Blackburn an extra win where they shouldn't. So, it's completely glitched because Burnley have got an extra win as well. Right. Burnley on 101. Ignore it being 104. Sheffield United on 91. Luton end the season with 2 draws in a row. Not the best of forms to get into the playoffs there, but it's on 80 points. Middlesbrough end the season with a home draw on 75 points. They've got to face Coventry again twice with their playoffs, which is amazing for them already. Sunderland, ignore them being 7th, they're actually 6th place. And they'll face Luton Town. I'm actually going to try and see the head-to-head between both of these pairs of games very, very soon. So 7th place is actually Blackburn. That's where they've actually finished. Millwall 8th. Disappointing for them to fall from 6th to 8th. That is really a really big blow for Millwall. West Brom end on 66 points as well with a defeat, 9th place. Swansea, with that win over them, closes the gap, literally just only behind on them on goal difference there. Watford end the season with a win, down to 11th. Preston ended the season with a defeat, 12th place. Norwich actually finished below Preston, also ended the season with a defeat to Blackpool. Bristol City end the season with a win on 59 points. Hull 15th, Stoke 16th, so around their mid-table position there. Birmingham, written off by many to go down. They've actually ended on 53 points. Huddersfield, incredible comeback for them. Rotherham surviving against the odds is incredible. I think I predicted Rotherham and Birmingham to go down, which is not great on my part. QPR, really bad season on their part in the end of the, in the second half at least. And Cardiff just surviving, but by a 5-point margin. So they actually had a bit of an advantage there. Blackpool could have overtaken Reading, but despite winning, Reading still are ahead of them, even though they lost because of their goal difference. In fact, that was actually quite close. The goal difference between those two teams was only 2 goals, actually. So if Reading conceded 2 more, then Reading would have fallen to 23rd. And Wigan end the season with a draw. It should be 42. They shouldn't be given 47 games there. Let's see if SofaScore's fixed it. They fixed their points, but they've not fixed the amount of games that they've had. But, yep, that is our final table confirmed. They just need to deduct a point off Wigan because they finished on 42. My goodness. Incredible. That is a glitch. That is all indeed. So before I conclude the stream and start preparing my review stream, just going to look at the Premier League as well, since we had that one Premier League game as well. Leicester on 30 with 3 games left. The maximum they can get is 39 points. Surely now Bournemouth have done enough to survive. And West Ham now with a 7-point gap with only 3 games left. West Ham are fine. But we can safely say 2 of Everton, Forest, Leeds and Leicester will go down, which is incredible to think. Everton have got a must-win game tonight against Brighton. As you can see, they are away from home. The lineups are as follows. Brighton have got Steele, Caicedo, Webster, Dunk, Estepinen, McAllister, Gross, Buonanotte, Undav, Mitoma and Welbeck. A stronger team Brighton are hosting when they had their team out against Wolves. Everton got for Pickford, Mikalenko, Tarkowski, Mina, Patterson, Garner, Gay, McNeil, Decore, Iwobi and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That is the team. And also later on, Forest Southampton, huge game as well. So we could very well see if Southampton win, they'll be on 27 points, only 3 points of safety with 3 games left. Forest, if they win, they'll go all the way up to 16, forcing Leeds to fall in 18th and Leicester just outside of the bottom 3. This is crunch time now at the relegation battle. Fulham with this win, by the way, puts them on 48 points and looking really, really fantastic and very determined for them to get 50 points, which I think they can actually. They only need one more win. Wow, I think that might be all I need to cover today. It's been an absolute privilege and pleasure covering this season for you guys. I will be looking at the playoffs. I'll be reacting to my table predictions when I can, because undoubtedly, I already know there's a couple of positions I've got right, but I already know there's a whole amount of positions I've got wrong. So I can't wait to look back at those table predictions and basically react to my own stupidity in front of you guys. I'll be covering the playoffs as well, so we'll be going all the way with that, potentially streaming those games as well, which I can't wait to do with you guys as well. We'll also be looking at the Premier League, that conclusion coming very, very soon as well. And of course, the prediction leagues. So the Championship Prediction League has officially concluded. I'll be calculating the points and I'll announce the winner very, very soon. Right. Unless you guys have got any more questions, I'll give you 2 more minutes because obviously I'm really dying to go to the toilet. I've been holding. Oh my word. I should have gone to the toilet like about 10 minutes ago. But I just couldn't miss a single minute of this. And I'm glad I didn't because I could have easily missed Blackburn scoring their 4th goal had I gone. My word. So I'll just give you guys a chance to potentially ask me questions if you do want to. But you guys can potentially ask me questions when I do my review video, to be fair. So that's not the last of me today. You're going to see me do another stream probably around 5:30. I'll do it since it's just gone 5:02 just now. Thank you so much, everyone. I thank you for the really nice comments. I think what I'll do at this time, I'll see if I can actually calculate the prediction leagues just before the 5:30 stream. But that'll be how I'll be doing my review because I am working the next day. So it's not like I can basically make a video the night before. I think doing it in a live stream is actually going to be a really interesting thing to do with you guys. And I think it'll just be much more time consuming for me as well. I'm not going to do a stream for Brighton Everton, but it will be taking place whilst I do my review. So potentially I could react live to goals and stuff like that. Right, so that'll be around my 2 minutes up. Drama City, absolutely. If you guys really enjoyed the stream, it'd be amazing if you smash the like button. I've really appreciated the support here. We're on 29 likes, so only 1 like away from 30. If you guys can make it to 30 likes, that would be absolutely amazing. But thank you guys so much for this. We've actually managed to get to 1,718, and we're 2 subs away from 1,720, 2 subs away from 1,720, and 1 like away from 30. Both those things will be absolutely amazing if we can get there. But thank you guys for the support today. And I did predict Coventry and Sunderland to get into the top 6 based on my predictions. My predictions weren't spot on and they weren't placed in the right place, but ultimately I did get the correct 2 teams to finish in the playoffs, which I'm really, really pleased about here. Wow, what an incredible day, and I'm really pleased for Coventry and Sunderland. Commiserations for Millwall, Blackburn and Millwall fans who are very unlucky to miss out on those playoff places. Right. Please like the stream if you've not done so. Please subscribe if you haven't done so. And please share the channel too. All these things really do help. I'll see you guys very soon for my championship review for the very last time this season. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are legendary. If you saw the end of the stream, as always, I'll see you guys very, very soon. 30 minutes in fact. Take care, everyone. Wow, what a day.